And now, ladies and gentlemen, the Pro Cycling Manager World Cup 2023, sponsored by Narco and Cyanide. Welcome to all. With me this evening, I will have Francesco Grassi and Gifiti. Welcome, boys.
Hello.
So tonight we have the opening tour and a quick update on our competitive list. It will be um, Flexen, Basso, ASG, Ghosty, Fravo, Miko. Um, Francesco Grassi, as a part-time player but always keen on seeing most of the major results, what do you think about this start list? And good evening, of course. Welcome.
I think actually they are probably the best players. So, or at least the one that got the most important results, apart from Joe, which tonight couldn't be here. So, if he will be for sure a player in this opening tour. Well, I expect some good racing because actually the route is very hard. So, especially with the fact Frabo is here, I can tell you since the first stage this will be a mess because you will try to attack since the start, especially because the first stage is probably the most suited stage for attacks.
All right. Who do you think is the main favorite? Just one name for this evening, very quickly.
To be honest, I think that it's Swagzone or Bazo.
All
Maybe
right.
Bazo because actually in tour I think he has something more, a little more than Swagzone. Uh, so I think the main favorite can be considered Bazo, but with a short distance with Swagzone. Then, in particular race conditions, everyone who is present can actually try to do something. But I think if a race happens normally, you can go out of those two to pick a favorite.
All right. Thank you so much, Grassi. Fiti, good evening.
Good evening.
Welcome. For you, it's been pretty much a year almost away from this pro scene, so to speak, because you've been having your life affairs to handle, like most of us do. What do you expect for this first exhibition tour, the opening ceremony and competition, so to speak, even if not official? What do you expect for this night?
First of all, it's very interesting to see. We have so from the six players, we can almost for certain say that five are so new generation players. Miko, As Gaming, Basil, Frabo, and Swatson. Ghost is the only old player, and that's a big difference from other opening tours in the past because mostly it was composed by old players, players with a lot of experience. These are not so old, and so we are expecting to see anything different from this new generation. And we will see. I think this opening tour it presents a lot of opportunities for long way attacks, and I'm expecting to see, as Grassi said, I'm expecting to see Frabo's moves. I'm expecting to see Daniel Miko playing well because his game lately, from what I've seen, I am, as you told, I was not so much around it last year, but I have seen a little bit, and Miko's gameplay has improved from 2 or 3 years ago, definitely, to a new level. And so we are going to see. I hope to see a good fight between them. I my personal bet to win this opening tour, um, I'll go with Us Gaming. Actually, I think he's the. I think he will surprise the others and he will win today.
All right, thank you, Gifiti. Quick reminder: I am the big dog, nicknamed the boss of IMA. With me tonight, as I already said, we have Gifiti, former world champion, and Francisco, Grassi, maybe a future world champion. We will also have live updates from a surprise man on the field, and likely we will have Joe Whiteley joining us near the end of the race for a final comment. Eme is our director for this evening, and since this is the opening ceremony of the World Championships, a quick look into what's going on this year. So, uh, the official organization is hosted by PCM Italia, in which we have Emea Campione, Alfonso Civettini, Francesco Grassi. We also have members from PCM UK helping, myself, Joe Whiteley and Flexen. And from NCL, we have Ben Young. So this will be your orga for nearly 2 months as we go through not only the solo races, but as well the team races, which are always very fun. PCM Italia, as I said, made Orga, and we will be playing their anthem in a little bit. And before we do, let me just mention some of the main winners of last year, because last year was a very fun tournament to see. For example, in the main three races, as we like to call them, of solo, which are classics tour, and in line we have three different champions. Uh, AS Gaming, or as we all know him, ASG, is the current and defending Classics world champion. In Tour, we actually had Joe Whiteley as world champion, and Flexen, who was silver in Classic Solo, was also the gold medalist on inline, with Basel getting a silver medal and Leo Falandri being third. So there was also some interesting results. Road Solo overall was won by Flagson. Joe Whiteley was second, so 1-2 for PCM UK members. And Boston was actually third. So Boston at the time a rising star. Now we actually wait to see him since his full potential has been peaking. We hope to see him.
Derjenige, der sich am tiefsten in
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the Italian national anthem, and thank you all for joining as we are about to start the opening tour. So, quick reminder of our starting list, as has already been said. World Champion Flexen, Bosco, World Champion ASG, former World Champion Ghosty, former silver medalist Fravo, and Daniel Miko. Guys, are you hyped? It's the World Championship.
Well, I think there is always this feeling when you start the World Championship, the first few days, that you are still in every competition, that you have options of doing everything. I think the hype is always there.
Also, let's keep in mind that not only you have all the chances open in solo, as 50 said, and well, but also in team. You will also be following the team uh, competition that will start a little later on, which also promises to be a very good moment to watch unfold because, as we know, it's a old tradition by now, and there's also always some great teams to see.
Well, this year certainly it looks like an equilibrated year with teams all around the different communities. I think the strongest teams are back. So Euro Mafia team was destroyed. The players came back to their original communities, and but the interesting thing, I think, is that now we have multiple teams with real options to win gold. I think it's completely a risk to preview who is going to win. We have, of course, Portugal, Skype. They are always the favorites to win, but we also have Village Lombardi. We have PCM Spain team. We have multiple. We have Italy team as well, but I think Italy only plays track. Anyways, we have multiple teams that have a very very good shot at the gold medal, and we always have that team that we are not thinking to be in this competition to the gold. Also, the Laxus. That I don't have. I forgot to
The
tell.
European Luxers this season.
Yes, exactly. A lot of teams, NCL also bring a team not with their classic players, but also an interesting team. So I think anything can happen, really.
Alright, and as we speak, we are finally on the road. So, ladies and gentlemen, the World Championships are on. Francesco Gavassi, we were talking a little bit earlier about this, and you were saying that you're really hyped. How does it feel to see it finally unfold, and this time also being part of Order?
Well, I think that's the main reason about being excited, because actually you hope that the work you put on what you did, it's actually enough to guarantee that people will have sort of fun, because this should be the main thing, obviously, having fun during this competition, even if we know that PCM community isn't always like that. But also, I mean, it's always the best moment of the year, because actually people come together to play while during the year they're just spread in every tournament, so not often you can play against each other. Now, as always, World Cup is the only occasion when everyone is together. So
Alright.
that's the reason to be hyped.
Alright, we have 21 viewers right now, and I want to thank the following that already participated in chat. Basto, Hillings, and Yubi. Fefe as well, hi. Yubi says, actually really missed to hear the Fiti. Yes, are you hyped to hear this?
I think it's always fun to have these people in the commentator cabins. We are, after all, 5 or 6 people that are always here commentating, and of course, it's part of the routine of the World Championship in the last few years to hear
Yeah,
me,
I mean,
hear
EA
Brad.
teams always join, even for the boot. Would you agree?
Yes. I'll say so. Just a question to the chat. People in the chat, please write. Who do you think is going to win the opening tour? Join us in the bets. My bet was Us Gaming. Gracie was with Swagson, the big dog.
I was with
I was,
Basil.
Grassi was with Bosco, I was with Flex,
Okay,
I
yes.
believe.
Sorry, Basil and Swagson.
Pepe
So,
says, Miko, Snake says, il grandissimo bravo. Nautis says, chat, que quoi. I never heard of this rider, but hello Nautis, and welcome Snake as well. Thank you so much guys for being here. So, meanwhile, let's go back to the actual race. As we see, there is already Daniel Miko with 2 riders in the front. He is going for that KOM, or he's gonna make a 1-2. And 18 guys in E1 already following.
It's a pretty big break. I guess that's normal, because actually you have this long part of the race until you come to the actual mountains. This was just an appetizer, I guess, this called the Cap Verde. So actually, obviously, people considering the hardness of the race of the stage have sent the most rider as possible ahead, just to find them the obviously the further as possible.
All right. And right now, we also have our man on the field. We're waiting for him to come in as soon as he can. So as soon as he joins, you will know who our mystery man is.
How uh, I will also say something. Miko is on the front, as you have seen, with a 30-second lead. This is completely different, as I have said, from the Miko from 2 or 3 or 4 years ago. Miko's playstyle has revolved. He doesn't play like he used to, and I think nowadays Miko would be annoyed by the way he played some years ago.
I can guarantee you that would not be the case. He continues
Yeah,
to be very
that's
keen
not entirely true, to be
on
honest.
reeling people, but yes, it is true that he has evolved quite a lot, and I see him as a potential medal winner in these World Championships. He has grown as a
Yeah,
player, obviously. He still
especially
is
fast.
very keen to catch breaks, control things a little bit more than he probably should, but
Yeah,
for
he
sure
still
he has
likes it.
evolved a lot.
Well, surely he has improved since some year ago, because some year ago it was like compulsive. Now it's like sometimes it has more sense. So actually, that's the best improvement for him. Not wasting energies when it doesn't need to.
He
Indeed.
certainly. I don't think he became suddenly a more the most aggressive rider in the peloton, but he certainly tries to join the breakaways. He tries to be there. He tries to make sometime something different, and that was not what Miko used to do in the past.
Yeah, for sure. And since we are in the topic of Miko, one of the big stories that a lot of people are waiting to see unfold is as one of the participants of this opening tour, which is Basso, known by us all as a great PCM player. He's been collecting wins in the regular season, already showed some of his potential in these past World Championships. But since then, he came to be one of the guys dominating the regular season, and I think most of us expect to see his tail come to a solo gold medal in one of the main di- disciplines. Would you guys agree? Guys?
Yeah, I certainly agree. I agree.
I
All
do.
right, so we have some intel here. Um, we're trying to see roster intel. So here are some of the different. For example, Bosco, Miko, Bravo, and Ghosty and ASG all have the 80 Flat Rider and the 78 Sprinter. Meanwhile, Flexen did not take the 78 Sprinter, instead taking the 80 Flat Rider and the 83 Flat Rider. Grafty, what would you say about these options?
To be honest, I don't think that's a good idea. If because actually route is very hard. I mean, probably next stage you can use actually the 83 flat in some parts because actually there is some flat, but yeah, and in this stage, but from the third stage, actually it will become useless because actually it climbs since the start. So it's quite strange to me that he decided to take Ganna, as we can see, because he was relaying in this moment with him. I mean, in this stage it makes sense because actually relaying may be useful to gain a significant advantage. In fact, he has 4 men ahead, so actually I think he has a numerical advantage on the others. I don't know who took 3, who took 4 riders. Probably Bazo has 4 ahead. Probably Bazo and. Baz and Swagson for sure have 4 riders ahead, but for example, Bazo took the 80 flat, not the 83, which is to me more. It makes more sense to me.
All right.
Behind interesting, Ghosty is giving a small push behind just to maintain the difference between the front group and the back group. Why do you think Ghosty is doing this?
I think just to avoid the distance between break and group becomes too big. Actually, if breaks takes a large advantage, it becomes more difficult to control the race because differences between helpers ahead becomes more wider because the most time riders spend in the break, and so people have to manage them. So the most difference will be made between them. So actually, if you have a big advantage, we've seen it in Ita Cup last tour, because actually the break got 9 minutes and Baso basically destroyed the field because of that, because he had 4 riders ahead. So actually, that's a good move from Gosti, even because, especially because he has just three riders ahead. In fact, as you can see, he's trying to avoid the break as continuity in pacing.
There goes a move. It's Watson on the move with Daniel Miko behind, and I cannot see the other, but they are all merging now. And we are going to approach the Col de Mente in just a few kilometers, but we are already going up. So this is the first important climb of this tour. And to people that know this stage, I am no expert, but I would say that the flat part after the downhill of this Col de Mente can be the place where someone tries something different.
I think sometimes someone can attack here because actually there are things pro and things against attacking here. For example, something against is like you can have bars completely depleted, so you could lose a lot. But actually, it's difficult to chase, especially in that strange part before starting of Col de Ballet, which is the climbing part. Chasing someone on that part is very difficult. So actually, there, if you attack, you could take an advantage. But as I said, this year you have to be way more cautious when you plan an attack. So actually, attacking here could be not rewarded by the fast depleting of your bars.
Mm-hmm. Yes, this is certainly an important moment of the race, as we see the typical trains going up the mountain at this point. Interesting to see 28 people in the shots. Welcome everyone. It's really nice to see so much people here. Stay with us and enjoy this opening tour where no medals are in play, and maybe that makes people more risky. In this moment is Baso leading the front group with Daniel Miko and Frabo. The others are a bit behind in this. But Baso has no fear of assuming the race, puts his fourth man in front and is pushing. Benjong is in the shot to support Miko. Interesting.
Well, break now has 5 minutes.
5 minutes advantage is a really nice advantage, I would say. I still think the win is behind, but 5 minutes is already an interesting advantage, I would say. So I thought Ghosty was going to try to keep it at 3.
I think Swagzone is going to attack behind.
It drops. Miko is the one doing the first move.
Yeah, Miko trying for the KOM.
Yes.
But there is some wind, so actually it may be an important thing, because actually there is a pretty strong wind, 17 kilometers per hour. So that's the sprint. Yeah, that's the sprint for the KOM.
I think Baso and Miko will fight for it, and Miko will probably take it.
Miko easily
Miko is going to do a 1-2, and Rudy Mollard is going to pass in front.
And Swagzone attacked. Swagzone attacked behind.
Yes.
And he's fastly closed by Ghosty.
is breaking, and Ghosty was the one that was looking behind and reacted to Swagson's attack. This is
I
an
told you.
interesting move. We are still more than 100 kilometers from the finish line, and they are already moving. Bravo closes up. So do the
Yeah.
others. I think this didn't matter a lot, this attack. And they will go
Frabo attacks. Frabo again.
attack just before the line of the KOM. Frabo attacks, and Frabo opens a gap. Swagson is trying to put Ghana with Frabo. There he goes. Ghana is there.
Still try to
As if
drop
I
it down
joined
as soon as
in,
possible.
or rejoined in the best time as Frabo is attacking with his leader. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Swagson tried first the attack in the KOM. Everyone reacted, and Frabo attacked in the last kilometer to gain this 40-second advantage over the group. Now Bazo looks like the one who is walking behind to close this gap. Can we see the front that is arriving on the flat part, Mea, please?
There we go. Daniel Miko putting moderate pace in there, and I believe
Everything quite
the tide
calm.
already dropped.
Everything quite calm.
Great. And soon we will be starting our first HC and only of stage 1. So the big part of climbing, the big chunk of climbing starts soon. What do we hope to see for that next climb? Even more attacks? Some kind of maneuver made now by that point?
Well, Col du Ballet is probably the hardest climb of the day, and it's quite irregular one. So I think someone will surely attack. Even if now, I mean, the main question will be chasing Frabo. In fact, Frabo now has 1 minute and 20-second advantage, which is actually a lot.
Yes.
Can be a lot. Because, as I said, this part of the race is not very suited for chasing. Now, maybe in this flat it is, but soon you will have this. It's like 11 kilometers climbing until the official start of Col du Ballet. So in that part, which is up and downs, Frabo can gain a significant advantage, because I don't think that people will actually keep people will actually keep behind riders that are making the pace. Yeah, the usual situation where you are pacing and people
the main
just
question
open the
here-
gap. And
The
I
main
think that
question
will,
here, though, Grassi, sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
Is this a little bit too soon, or does Frabo actually have a great chance here to actually get the advantage he's looking for over the other GC riders?
No, I think it may be too soon, because it's he attacked with 110 kilometers from the finish, and you have basically the most of the vertical gain of the stage still to be done. But if people behind doesn't find cooperation, actually this can become very dangerous. In fact, he has 2 minutes now, 2 minutes and 12 seconds.
And he
That-
still keeps this 80 flat guy that is really helping in this phase. And now we have like a small flat phase after this climb. And if Frabo manages to get there with the 80 flat guy, he can push forward. And when we start the Porte Ballet, maybe Frabo has a 3-minute advantage, or maybe more,
But,
because the collaboration behind is really not that big. I see Ghosty working. Now I see who is the one in the world champion jersey? Bazo? Sorry?
So Swagzone.
That's right.
Yeah, but something
no,
not to be
Actually,
underestimated.
the actual, sorry, I believe the tour world champion is actually Joe Whiteley, but Swagson,
Swagzone is actually the world champion.
The road.
In the road, the world champion.
the road, yes, indeed, as we talked about earlier. One question being made here: will Swagson actually pay up for choosing the 82 flat rider here?
I think that he chose specifically because of the attack he tried on Col du Mante, but that was catched immediately. So actually, I think he could pay now late, because if Eddie attacked, he would have had a big advantage on the others because Ganna was perfectly timed in finishing the climb ahead of the group, so he will just be reconnected with his companions at the finish of the climb. Now he has to work, but as we were seeing, work wasn't very effective. In fact, gap for Frabo has gone up to 3 minutes. I asked EMEA to show us the gap because in real time, I think it's going up. I think it's still going up. Someone attacked behind though. Okay, it's Bazo attacking.
Bazo is trying to crush the gap for Frabo with only 2 riders because of course he has 4 in front. So now it's
let's follow Basso's move and the peloton response right now, Emil.
Well, Frabo has 4 minutes, has 3 minutes and 35 seconds, which is actually a lot.
Yes, yes.
And Basso going for it.
And
but
Basso
do not underestimate something, and this is that next downhill isn't so easy to for recovering energy, because actually the first part, okay, it's quite technical, but then it becomes mostly false flat. So you have to push on your bike. So I guess it's not finished even if Frabo now has 4 minutes. So
Frabo now has also 3 riders. Bazo has also now 3 riders behind. He's trying to push for it. Let's see if Frabo is managing it well. He's already arriving in front, and we are having a very interesting stage. This is, as we said, really interesting. It's becoming more and more a crazy stage with now the 82 mountain of Frabo alone.
Oh, and Miko trying to gain some meters on everyone else. Flexen is immediately following. Ghosty and ASP trying to catch up quickly. All hell is breaking loose here right now.
And they're actually on the hardest part of the climb. So actually they're going to spend so much energy with this pace.
Yes,
right
they
now,
are.
Right now, though, I think Basso is still control, so to speak, in terms of his gap.
So it's 1 kilometer to the top. Let's see the fight for the KOM.
Alright, here we have it. Daniel Miko right now taking the front, 700 meters to go. He's gonna start sprinting. Just Flexon on the left side. It's gonna be one of them. Who's gonna go first? Miko. I think Miko. Oh, it's Flexon. That was close.
Yeah, I started too soon. Yeah. But Miko now has 2 riders in front. Still 2 riders in front in mountain classification, and he has already a good advantage on.
Guys, Frabo reaching 4 minutes now.
Yes, Frabo is reaching 4 minutes advantage, and Basil managed to put another rider with his leader, and he has already a big advantage also over the group of the rest of contenders.
Frabo will win with a minute or so.
I would like to thank, Fiti, I would like to thank our 26 viewers for being here. Also, a quick welcome to Finn, Ben Young, and Alder that also spoke in the chat. Finn saying that he's hyped for this. Ben Young says go Miko, Alder says go AST, and Yubi says already a really interesting stage, which it is. And in fact, guys, would you agree?
Yes, certainly. And we have almost. I agree with Grassi that the Frabo advantage is already very, very good, and it was decided in a risky attack as Frabo likes to do. Frabo brings this excitement to stages that sometimes other players wouldn't, and he will do the same in the World Cup, hopefully. Because
the big question here, and I'm glad you actually mentioned this, because the big question here, it's Frabo, and there are also a few other players that like to do some of these moves, but if you're playing most of the season like these guys are, and you know someone like Frabo can actually make such a move, why not close it quickly instead of letting
people actually have the tactical conduct of a platypus.
I guess that's perfectly acceptable, yes.
When you have Frabo, I mean, I told you before the start, I told you Frabo is going to attack. and this was like the easiest thing to predict in the history of
Exactly.
PCM,
I
and
agree,
still
I agree.
people allowed him to take 4 minutes, and so I mean
I think
that's
this is, like you
like
said,
being a Patus, yeah.
like like you said, I'll actually add a little bit. It's the tactical discipline, not just. It's really a lack of discipline because we see when these types of attacks happen, everyone just looks at each other. Some wait for either the leader or the favorite in the first stage.
Daniel Miko attacking.
Oh, Miko goes with Godu.
Yeah, he attacked at the right time because he attacked on the place where the climb was becoming easier. And now Zwegzon and us gaming behind. I think
Yeah.
that might be a bad situation for them because
It's a bad predicament, yeah.
they already have a bad history during Champions League.
And there goes
I-
Frabo. There goes Frabo,
Frabo.
and is going to break everyone. Haring tries to go with Frabo, but that's the move Frabo needed to win this KOM and to distance himself. Actually, it's around 2 minutes advantage.
Ghosty has two men there that were close to Basso. I don't know which one.
Yeah.
If it's already, yeah, it's
no, it's the Helpers.
Puncher
it's the
and
Helpers.
76.
But now he's
I
attacking.
think. And now he's going to try to bridge that gap to his own riders.
Yes,
Get some help.
Those two will make the full man train and try to be the main guy here in the chase of Bazo and of course Frabo. But Frabo looks
Herring
brilliant in this
continues to follow Frabo's man. That's quite impressive. And here it
For
is,
Basso
Basso.
because he will have an helper behind. To be honest, I think that Frabo has to slow down because I don't know how Pedersen is, but I mean
He's already
he
saving-
shouldn't drop it.
He's already
He shouldn't
saving
drop.
Pedersen, which obviously shows that he's trying everything he can to keep him. It's his only man left, and he still has to face two more climbs. So
He did good to keep him because he almost died in the finish. But actually, the fact is he needs him at least on this downhill, because on this downhill you won't recover a shit in terms of energy. So
Look how interesting it is. Bazo passed with the 76 in the top of this climb, while Frabo has only 2 riders and one
Yeah.
was almost dead. Bazo has 3.
Basso can still win the stage.
He can. The distance is manageable by Bazo. Of course, we don't know the bars. We don't know if he really has the bar to do so. But at least he has a really, really good shot at reducing this distance to
Yeah.
Frabo.
I'm going to tell you right now that the bars have taken quite the beating with this pace in the last kilometers, especially with Basso responding to that move and urging everyone else to try and catch him. And that might have been one of the worst choices. I think if they had actually cooperated, they could maybe try and get a better outcome for this.
I don't know if you saw it, but Us Gaming was dropped from the peloton with his
Yeah,
main leader.
it
Is
seemed
now
he
30
was
seconds
trying-
behind.
He was trying to keep him
Actually,
from a
he
steep.
isn't playing, to be honest.
One
The way
minute.
we passed the first intermediate sprint, which was placed in a shit place, like
In which Frabo
counter
did a
turn.
1-2, so all good there.
Yeah.
Look,
But the thing is, ASG here actually tried to keep his 78 with him and lost time. This is likely one
And
of
he
the
won't
worst
recover.
parts we
He
could do
won't
right now.
recover. He won't recover because actually it's all up and downs. So I think for us,
the
gaming is
distance.
finished.
The distance is down to 30 seconds between Bazo and Frabo. Bazo
Yeah,
is
and
going.
Frabo is alone. Frabo is alone now.
Expected.
And Zwegzon attacked and dropped the group.
Waxon makes a move. He's still a bit far. Let's see what he can do here. He still has the rest of this climb and the final one. ASG is in a difficult predicament, even though he finally managed to join the others. And meanwhile, Frabo is already with his leader. And here it is, Bosco keeping Herring to help now.
What a punch in the table by Bazo. Is joining Frabo with easily.
Herring is no more. Bosco is going with his leader, and he's just about to get with Frabo in E1.
And I think he will get it before the end of the climb, and they will collaborate. Swagson couldn't open a gap. Us Gaming now with Ghost.
Daniel Miku now moving. Daniel Miku is attacking now. Tries to
Miku.
follow Swagson's
To bridge the gap.
Evan Pole.
Zwegzon.
And Frabo, we see 1 kilometer to go, and Frabo still has a 10-second advantage. Can he manage to keep it, or will Basel cut it? Basel is
Yeah,
already
I
almost
think he
almost in the
should.
wheel.
I think
Almost
he
in
should
the wheel.
actually wait for him to have
And
someone to operate.
Basel
Basel can just the KOM actually.
and Frabo loses a bit of time actually.
Ooh, he was down to his final millimeters of bar, and he could not keep up there. But expected is that unless Bravo doesn't pay attention, he should rejoin Basel in the downhill.
The group is 3 minutes down on the front, and I think this real minute is more or less the difference we will see in general classification. Maybe 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
I don't know. I think Frabo will actually lose some more time because he really overdid it in that in that climb. He was the first one to be alone with his leader, and Basel is actually on a perfect position right now.
So fun to see this first opportunity with the risky attack by Frabo that is going to pay off maybe because he's going to finish ahead of a lot of people. But I really think it was a master class by Bazo. He measured the distance, he attacked, nobody followed, and it just caught the gap. Now he's
Yeah.
together 3 minutes. Let's see. We are going to start the last climb with this 3 minute difference between the leaders and Swagson that has a
Waxon
30-second
keeping
advantage.
Kwiatkowski to help his leader Remco
As gaming as two
Evenpool.
riders, and it didn't work. It isn't working.
That's
Yes.
pretty much the usual standard for ASG, though, as you've seen in the past.
ASG is the one that didn't walk the entire stage, neither in front, neither in the back. Let's see what he can do in the climb. Let's see if it worked or not, this strategy. And
Bazo
now
now is trying to crop Frabo.
Radade has begun.
the distance is down to 2 minutes 30, and Frabo is going to drop from Bazo.
Yeah,
2 minutes.
potential good chance for Swaxon here to at least get second if
Yeah.
Yes, and I
Frabo.
think he will. I think he will. I see in this moment. I think Swaxon has more bars than everyone behind. Maybe ISG has saved something, but let's
also
see.
needs the nerve, says Yubi. Welcome also to the chat, the middle of the pack, that says he is amazed so far.
This
This
is
stage was great, actually. This was the
was a
best
great-
stage. I think this
This
will be
is
the
the-
best stage of the whole tour because for
This
its
is the hope
design.
we have
its-
for the big stages of the World Championship, in fact.
Yeah.
This is the introduction we wanted. These were the moments, the attacks, the fun. Ghosty
Ladies and gentlemen, ASG now getting a gap to go do, and Ghosties, I think.
And Miko and Ghost are in the mood now.
Yeah, very terrible position for them. Basso already has around 40 seconds to Frabo. Evenpool is finally alone without Kwiatkowski and ASG, Miko, and I think, these two desperately trying to get the flags, and ASG gets an advantage.
Miko
and Miko's terrible position.
As
Miguel
Gaming
lost.
is closing, as Gaming is really close to Swaxon. Let's see if they collaborate. Let's see if they can get a little bit this distance down
I
to
would
Bravo.
I wouldn't hold my breath if I were you in the part of cooperating, but let's see if they can find it in
Yeah, they
themselves.
won't. They definitely won't cooperate.
Swaxon will likely stop actually to not carry ASG with him.
I think actually the GC is already closed in the first stage.
Bazo advantage is amazing.
Let's keep in mind that Basso will now have the so-called yellow
In
jersey.
the meantime,
shirts, so
threats in chat
That's in the
with
chat
Go-
between Miko and Ghosty. Interesting. I think the World Championship also has this part, the part of.
well, some things for Daniel Miko never change, but we've always grown accustomed to seeing players with mind games and even some actual rage blast when they are stressed. So this is part of the game.
Well, it's going to be an amazing win to Basel. What a management! What an attack in the right moment, in the hardest part of the hardest climb of the day.
And as Basso is around,
Bazo attacked on the false flat. If I'm
Basso
not
is about to
wrong.
cross the finish line, 1.5 for his coronation of the stage. There is Swaxon and ASG desperately trying to get trouble, and they're 1 minute behind. Basso is now at 1.1 to finish. He's going to celebrate this win because it is the first win of the World Championships in road. In sprint, track in this case. I will remind you all that we already had our first game played. GFT beat our Warriors by 5-0. And here we go, Basso!
Amazing
And he
win.
celebrates the win.
Amazing win, amazing lesson, amazing punch in the table. Frabo will
Frabo
lose
will keep
something
second.
around 2 minutes. He will be 1 minute, 2 minutes.
Dead,
So-
but manages to keep his gap.
Oh,
And now
and
we
as
have...
gaming actually is going to.
No, it was Wexon third as gaming
Jackson
fourth.
already crossed the line. ASG
Yeah.
finished quick behind him. Nico and Ghosty are in a terrible starting
Look at
position
those
after stage
gaps.
one.
Look at those gaps.
It is
That was
insane.
massive. That was massive.
27 viewers. Thank you so much to everyone. It is for you that we do all of this. And welcome to the World Championships.
Welcome to the best opportunity, and that's also one interesting point about World Championships. It's the best opportunity to learn. Every player says that. Playing here means learning, means
It is true. It is true.
it's a great opportunity to you, everyone in the chat, to see how the best in the world behave, how the best in the world play, and with this you are witnessing an amazing lesson by Bazo.
Quickly,
What-
let me interrupt you there to see if our man on the field wants to even speak after this first stage. Man on the field, are you here?
Yes, I am here.
Hello, Swexon, welcome. That was a complicated stage. ASG didn't seem ready to cooperate with you. No one seemed to want to cooperate between themselves and allowed Frabo to go. You guys know this was the most predicted thing that he would attack. How does it happen that everyone ends up letting him go?
I think they looked at me. Simple as that. I think they thought, oh, he'll do it. And I think it serves as a warning. I will close gaps, but I won't close every gap. And if you expect me to close every gap, you can say goodbye.
That's perfectly fair, Swexon. Do you think the GC was decided here, or there's still 3 stages to come? You think something might still be tried at least?
I think there can be attempts, but I don't think. But 2 minutes is a lot.
All right.
Like that.
Thank you so much, Swexon, current world champion of inline and overall road. Swax, man, I hope you have fun. This is the opening ceremony, obviously, but it's still a risk that everyone here wants to win. So, best of luck to you, man, and thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
So, guys, you heard Swaxon. Just like we talked about here, someone always expects the big favorite to work. They turn to Swaxon. Swaxon obviously will only do what he can. He's not going to kill himself to catch everyone in the break and then die. What do you guys think can be? Can this still be salvaged for someone like Swagson or even ASG in terms of GC?
I don't think there is the terrain to do something. I
Right.
mean, if we look at stages, I ask our EMEA to show us stages.
Oh, Swagson, are you still here? Because I wanted to ask him, did you choose the 83 flat to prepare for the attack you actually tried? Or did you have something else in mind?
I'm going to be honest. There's a lack of like sprint opportunity for the 78. I don't think it might be useful more on this stage, but if you're going to attack, it's not. I can't see it like it being the most useful. Right, it'll be okay useful, but it won't be super.
As useful as 82 flat.
Yeah, I think the 83 flat was intended mainly specifically for the first stage, but to establish a bigger breakaway than what happened. I was hoping that I would get like 5 or 6 minutes.
Actually, I think you got the thought right, but in the end, people behavior, people tactical behavior didn't allow
But
you.
this is what you
to
expect
plan.
of the World Championships, right? I mean, it's never been different. People always look at each other, look at the favorite. How to counter this? I think the only way is to actually reply to those attacks instantly.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, we're gonna go for stage 2. Welcome to the World Championship opening tour, sponsored by Cyanide and Nakon.
So, I think we are in the right point to comment something about this World Cup. We are going to have 140 players. A really good number considering the corona pandemic is over, considering that there are a lot of people back to their normal works, no more home working, and even so, we still managed to keep this community around 140 players. That's really good numbers, I
Pretty
think.
good number. I agree. That's an amazing number, especially since you excuse me, especially since, as you mentioned, with the lockdown being over, a lot of people going back to their routine of leaving the house every day to having to resume their normal lives, and yet we still managed to join almost 150 people for the World Championships. It's always great to see.
And in a game with the poor evolution at levels of multiplayers, and that we see that every game is a copy of the game of the game of the last year. I think in the multiplayer aspect, also in other aspects, but talking specifically about multiplayer, I think it's quite astonishing to see that the community stays together and tries to participate. Mostly the same people as usual, but we have also some rookies, and we
There's
have
always some new players that join for this amazing 2 month tournament, and right now, standings after stage one, Boss was leading 25 points, Frabo second 15, Flexen third with 10, ASG 45, Daniel Miko 52, Kosti in the Mud with 0.
Attention to the next climb.
we have
Um,
yes, Gracie, please.
No, I think next part of the stage we'll already see something because actually it's like the hardest climb in the of the stage save the last and the first the last and the mur de Peguer. So actually I think if someone wants to create havoc, you can go here because it's pretty steep. But that's like more of an advice on the players than an actual predict. I mean, I think
Okay,
even if Break has already someone attacked in the group. Wait,
we
someone
all
attacked in the group,
E2 now. Let's see what it is.
and
It's
it's Daniel
Daniel Miko
Miko. Okay.
actually, but he's going to be closed by Ghosty, and everyone's going to take that cue to join back.
Oh,
Meanwhile,
tonight I'm getting all the predictions.
Meanwhile, we actually have 22 men in the break, so I think everyone might be preparing for some kind of move, even though this isn't the optimal stage to get some time back. Who knows?
Let me just say something. I think we can all agree that the rookie of the year last year was Bazo, and
Indeed.
that's
Actually, I think Trivalato won that legit award because he was also and is also a great player. He will not be playing solo this year, sadly. But
sadly is a wonder. We hope he is back for.
no, he still played very well after World Championships. His
Yes,
absence.
no, I agree. But for the World Championship specifically,
Yes, yes.
he is not back this
Yeah,
year, and
I
we
think
hope.
Basel definitely takes that responsibility now of keeping from where he was last World Championships, where he even got a silver medal in solo.
From the class of last year, I think Bazo is now the main representative, and I am very curious to see who is going to be the rookie of the year this season, who is
As
going to
gaming on the
surprise us.
attack. As gaming on the
Oh,
attack.
ASG attacks. Basel follows with Ghosty, Flexen, Bravo, and Miko about to close that, but he's insisting.
Well, if people want to make Bazo lose time, to make Bazo lose energy, they need to
There
leave
goes
Bazo
Basel,
to
actually.
they need to leave Bazo to react. Bazo needs to be the one reacting, not
Yeah,
Ghost,
but
not everyone
Basel
else.
has reacted, and
Yes, yes,
everyone else is trying to rejoin.
certainly. He did well, and now as gaming shouldn't work for Bazo, and I
Hey, but
think
this is a great way to respond from Basel. You know that everyone will look at you if someone goes just join them and he immediately goes. Those are the instincts of a great player, and we do have some great expectations for Basel this year.
certainly we are hoping to see Bazo in this World Championship. Last year he won his first gold. He also won a silver medal, if I'm not wrong. And this year he has a really good shot at overall. I think we all consider him at this point one of the favorites. let's see. I think Bazo will do a
Ghost in
very
the
good.
attack. Ghost in the
Welcome
attack.
Joe Whiteley in our stream, and he will be joining us in a little bit, an hour maybe, half an hour, when we'll see. But welcome to chat, and thank you for being here.
Okay, I have
Ghost,
a small annotation to do. Actually, Bazo is adopting the same tactic he was adopting in Ita Cup final tour, because he actually always close on every attack. Yeah, he is adopting this tactic, and probably will be the one attacking in first person at a certain point.
That might
Um,
become dangerous, though, if a lot of people decide to go for it and he tries to close them all.
Well, to be honest, when Gossi or Miko, I think Gossi and Miko are already
Not
like
far
playing
behind.
against themselves. In the meantime, we have the sprint for the KOM, and Daniel Miko
Let
is
us
going to
see.
take it.
Daniel Miko seems to be on pad 2-on-2, but Swaxon appearing with Kwiatkowski, Ala Philippe, and it's gonna be close, it's gonna be tight, it's gonna be for Miko. Miko does the
So
1-2, and Swaxon is always
it's
turret.
double for Miko. Double for Miko.
Yes.
Still Kwiatkowski on the with the jersey, because actually, okay, Frabo is in a bad situation because he lost contact with the whole train ahead.
Ooh.
And
yes,
Gossi goes
Ghost
again.
goes for
Gossi
it.
goes again, and Daniel Miko goes with him.
And everyone is trying to test Basto. Basto knows he doesn't need to immediately reply to these two, but let's see if someone else decides to.
Miko is
Uh,
just playing against Ghosti.
Indeed.
Miko and Ghosti are playing against each other.
But this can be the danger here, because if they end up getting too long of a gap, they might join this fight.
Now Bazo is the one trying to close the gap again, and if the ones on front collaborate, they didn't. So Bazo is back into the group, but they need to continue to do this. One time Ghosty, one time Frabo, one
Yeah,
time.
this is great playing from them. If they just keep pouncing, eventually they might actually get Basto to respond,
Well,
and
Bazo knows what he's doing, so I think like
that
he
is
won't
true
lose so
also, yeah.
much.
Of course, of
Absolutely.
course. But this stage has a lot of flat parts, or at least not such mountains, and that's very interesting to try to test Basil, because they need to try to test him. They need to
AS Gaming,
ASG is
attack to
attacking
AS Gaming.
us gaming now. Let's
with
see. Miko attack, Swaxen attack.
Oh, and
Now
Basto again immediately
Daniel
now
responds.
Miko is doing job for is doing
Miko
job
is
for Bazo.
working for Basil. I cannot understand why he's doing this. At
Well,
this
he
point,
tried to attack, and instead he's just carrying everyone, but he now stops, and
he
Basto
needs
is gonna
to
have to
stop.
close it.
He needs to stop and let Basil do the
And there
work.
goes
There goes
Basto.
Basil. There goes Basil.
No, Basto
Now,
taking no
Okay.
nonsense and saying, "This is my house. These are my rules."
now, As Gaming needs to stop and follow Basil. Let's see if he does it. Because at the same time, I think As Gaming is not thinking about the first place. But this is a fun tour. This is you
This
should.
has been absolutely fantastic. What a tour! What a race! And there's still two more stages to come after this one that has barely started. So, guys, uh, keep watching. This promises to be or to continue to be an amazing race.
Hobby is saying when the gameplay stays like this over World Cup, it could be one of the most exciting World Cups I have ever
I agree. I
experienced.
agree.
I think so, but the question is that this is not going to keep like this. We all know there are a lot of people in the World Championship that likes to play a conservative game.
Let's put it this way, Fiti. It might not be something you'll see in every one of the first rounds, maybe depending on the group. But this promises in the later stages to be one of the best world championships,
And now
depending, of course,
what's
group F.
Frabo doing in life?
I,
I'm not
I'll,
really sure.
I'll be sincere to you. The point is not first round. I think first round is not the one making the selection here about the best stages, because in the first round and the second round there are still many new players, rookies,
Absolutely.
players. So I don't think we are going to see a lot of spectacle. What I really want to see is
Oh, there goes
spectacle
Ghosty.
in
Now it's Ghosty moving side to turf to Fiti, and let's see if Basso responds. Basso was responding. He's
round
closing.
3 and round 4. And now it's Bazo in the reaction. Bazo is doing his work. I think his domestic will not last so
I
long.
have no idea what Frabo is doing with Christoph there, to be honest, at this point.
Let's see if they try to bridge something. Miko is going for it. Miko is going for the KOM point. And Ghosty and Frabo are still in the back.
Swagson
And
now,
it's Swaxon
Swagson
now.
with Frabo.
Swaxon trying to make a move. Frabo was on his wheel. Meanwhile, we're going to be in the KOM fight soon. Let's quickly see no gaps. And
I
let's
wouldn't
go.
be surprised if
Daniel Miko
Bazo drops
in the
again
condition
everyone.
to take the KOM. It's going to be a 1, 2, and 3.
3 and 3. On this
So Pierre
second
Latour is the new leader of the KOM classification. Miko is
3
trying
points
hard.
ahead of Swaxon and a few more ahead of. I didn't even have time to keep it this late. I apologize.
Bazo is alone. No, okay, Bazo is not alone.
Let's see what they are doing. No one is attacking now. Now is Frabo. There it goes. Frabo
Same
tries the
tactic as
identical
before.
move to what he tried in the last stage, attacking in the last meters. But Ghost
But
is
no one is allowing it at this point.
Ghosty
it's going
closed
to
the
be a
gap
massacre.
for Basel once again. I don't think at this point, if they really want to have a chance of reducing these 2 minutes, they really need to let Basel work more.
I think that it hasn't been bad in terms of reactions, but occasionally we have seen some lack of cold blood from some of the players that immediately jump to it instead of waiting to see what Basel does.
Yes, they are reacting instantly, and that is making others think twice before attacking. Let's see if someone attacks in this smoke climb. I think Pierre Latour just summed 2 extra points
Latour
with
is-
Morad just seconds. So really good
Yeah.
result for Miko, opening more gap in
Attacks in the group.
classification.
Group split.
Yes, it's Swaxon, Miko, and Bazo going for
and
the
Frabo and Ghosty getting caught on it, so they need to try and close it as soon as possible, even before this time ends if possible. But
Then Amigo is pushing now.
and they are breaking the domestic from Bazo. I don't think
Classic Daniel Miko, ladies and gentlemen.
now.
Daniel Migo was pacing against Ghost, actually.
Classic Daniel Miko. That's the kind of aggressiveness that we want to see.
So now Bazo gets one domestic that was almost dead. He joined the group, maybe can give us more help. But let's see in this flat part or false flat if someone tries the move. I think we are going to see someone else trying the move just before the Col de la Trappe.
Col de la Trappe pretty hard. And Swagson goes.
Swagson goes again. Swagson goes again, Emea. Yeah, there we go. It's 12, 13 seconds. Guys, let's see if we can expand it.
This was the moment. Swagson saw it and is going for it. Let's see. Ghana stops.
Now he drops Ghana, yeah.
He drops Ghana. He wants
Swagson
to
attacking with.
And Bazo is reacting. Swagson gets again. This is hard.
Counter response. Let's see who takes the advantage here. Ghana is already preparing to help.
Swagson knows that if Bazo loses his domestic, Bazo needs to wait for another domestic from the front.
Indeed. And this can be a decisive point of the race. Let's see if he can.
Swagson move is really, really smart, I think. Let's see if it works or not, because Bazo is having some troubles to close it
Swagson again accelerating. Bazo is alone. Bazo is alone.
Bazo is alone.
So Swagson gets Ghana.
Swagson gets 3 riders and Bazo.
Oh! Bazo missed his rider. Bazo missed his rider.
Oh, the drama! Basso actually zeroed his rider on maintain position, waiting for the perfect moment to join, and he missed it. It can happen, and when it happens, it can be devastating. That's 3:20 seconds to Swagson now that will continue to push.
That's a very, very exciting move from Swagson. What a move! Bazo is now
is gaming attacking again.
ASG attacking now from the other favorites group, and Swagson continues to go as a madman, as if his life depended on this, and this is what we want to see in the World Championships.
Let's see. The climb starts now. Swagson advantage is 30 seconds. Now Bazo needs to run against the clock, needs to close this gap as soon as he can. Let's see if he managed to do it. Now As Gaming joins Bazo. Only was one rider.
Let's see what... Oh, he only has Bardet though, so he probably has the remaining man in the front, I will assume.
Swagson is alone too now because he's losing his riders. And Col de la Trappe is pretty hard.
He's losing his riders. Now he's
Pagan is there, I believe.
He needs he needs to join. He needs to join with his domestic that is waiting for him. but the distance is still big. Let's see. Basil is working with his
Oh,
leader
Boss already saving his other domestic. He's calling another one. Things are going touch and go for the Slovakian.
now. Miko once again
Miko
crossing first.
going. Oh, 1-2, I believe, and Miko. Sorry, Swaxin third. I
Yes,
think.
9 points between Latour and Kwiatkowski.
Let's keep in mind that right now, for
Gossi
someone
made
like
the difference. Gossi made the difference here, but now he's pacing in place of Bazo, which is
this is terrible for Swaxin, for example, to see. I don't know who else was trying to join.
I don't know
But I
what.
think everyone is there
everyone is
actually.
back. Everyone is back behind. So this is good for Zwegzon now.
This is one of the worst things you can see as an attacker, regardless of who it is. Seeing someone else do the yellow dirty
Meantime,
work.
intermediate sprint.
Swaxon
Yep.
already has his domestic, but yes, Miko
It's
gets.
She's one
Mola
behind me.
first, Swaxin second, Miko third, Swaxin fourth.
Let's see. Swaxon is doing an interesting move. 50
Swaxin has
seconds.
51 seconds. I mean, this
But
can be a good advantage to take if you
I,
can secure it until the next climb.
I think it's more important to see the distance in a few kilometers in the up and down part, because now it's the flat. Let's see if someone helps Basel to reduce this difference, to reduce this gap, and to make it.
Also, finally being the one taking the work on himself, as he has to, with Stochek, the
I
puncher.
I also bring news from the last tournament of this year. Besides the World Championship,
Please tell us.
in the Miko tournament, Aquarius won the sprint competition, making it so the last official tournament before the World Championship. So congratulations.
Congratulations to Aquarius, our former IMA president. He
So
won the final tournament before the actual start of the competitive championship tomorrow, and here on PCM IMA Twitch.
Okay, now for
Alright.
Zwegzon, it's a bit of a mess because he has actually to push at least one rider over the Mur de Peguer, which is the
Yeah.
last second category climb.
Yeah.
But now Alaphilippe is working since many kilometers, and
Blackson has just reached a no return point. He now has to commit all his chips into this.
yeah, and Dennis is working a lot. I had so actually he will
What
have a tough time.
is
I think.
ASG doing with Bardet positioned so at the front? That's weird. He only has a rider?
Yeah, he has just one rider because all the other helpers are in the group ahead.
yes,
Okay. And he didn't think it was a good idea to send one to cover his leader?
apparently not.
Alright.
But we are seeing an interesting moment of the race with Basel working to try to reduce this gap, and that can leave Basel with less riders to the next few climbs. Let's see.
Meanwhile, KOM for ASG, it's going to be a 1-2.
As gaming
Because
gets it easily.
third place and
ASG is risking so much.
Can we see? Oh, let's see here. A gap is around a minute, give or take.
Let's see.
Also,
Bazo is trying to protect his leader with trying to get this three-man train, and now his attack. The problem from Bazo move is that people can attack him. That was
and there goes Mark Hershey from Frabo with Colbrelli, I
And
believe it
good.
is.
Bazo dropped. Bazo
Yes,
dropped.
Bazo dropped. Bazo dropped.
Basso dropped.
That was exactly my point. I was going to say that
Yeah,
this
I was
position
gonna
was
say-
risky.
Yeah,
I
the
was gonna
climb had a pointy and Bazo was fine in the
Oh, and
worst
that
situation
upcoming
ever.
climb is gonna be hell, guys. I was gonna say Basso was playing very well strategically with keeping his train in the back while reeling with his helper, but the risk, as always, is that someone can do a move like Frabo and everything
Now
goes
it's
wrong.
to be seen if someone will. Okay, Frabo is working so hard now to keep him
Bravo wants
behind.
to reach Swaxon. Swaxon right now seeing good news at least unfold in his eyes as Basso is left alone.
Okay,
Probably wants to
now
win.
pay attention because road narrowed.
Yes.
So pay attention.
Frabo wants to win, and that's quite amazing to see. His spirit is always thinking about winning.
But he went from doing that move to now being in the back, and Basso is desperately trying to close it. Let's see what happens here. Ghosty still with his 4 guys.
Ghost is in a very good position as well. He has 4 riders. He has
Is
About
also
another.
now.
about to be
About
close.
lost some second.
People are
Basso,
dropping.
Basso can see them, but Frabo is also getting dropped.
Swaxen and Frabo going. Also Ghost.
Oh my! Yeah,
Swagza now
Hershey.
found Dennis
Hershey needs to
now that
rejoin.
can work in the final part because actually he left
Fra- uh,
only Kwiatkowski ahead.
Swagson needs to retain that gap at the start of the climb and hope that he can still amplify it. For the others, they need to try and close it ASAP, but they're not going to do it before the end of this KOM. Let's see how this unfolds.
Also, very good work from Miko getting all the KOM points. Latour now has a bigger advantage.
Yeah, I even forgot to mention for the guys fighting with the leader of GC, that in this case it is Basso. We need to keep in mind that the secondary classifications may become the points given may become very important at the end of the tour
Yeah.
if the first guys in the GC are very close to each other. So
1 minute 30 between 1 minute 30 between Swagson and Vaso leaders right now.
So he's trying to
this
keep the
is
more
getting
riders as he
dramatic,
can because
but
I think Bazo is trying to keep as many riders as he can because actually in the final part of the race after Murdepeguer, which is the hardest climb of the day, there is now
has
actually
begun.
everything flat.
3.2 kilometers, 1.3 kilometers of altitude at at 12.7% average, and Basel still desperately trying to close that gap.
But
Yes.
pay attention to auto pace because actually with auto pace, I think Bazo's calculations can be fucked because actually his riders will lose a lot of energy.
Indeed, this is the worst place to be in this scenario right now.
Bazo is I think in panic. He is seeing Ghosty working. He's asking him not to work. I think Bazo is not feeling good about this stage. He's really
Oh, he's alone.
He's alone.
He
He's
is
alone now.
He's alone. He's alone. No, this was terrible for Bazo. This was terrible. He can lose.
And there we have it. Evenpool has reached the
He's
front.
gaining between.
Bardet
He's
from
gaining
ASG
between.
as well.
And now Swagson is forcing the pace, trying to get us gaming dropping.
Waxon
At
needs
least
to
one
force
rider.
that pace, but he needs to keep his helper for the downhill and little false flat. If he can do that, if he can keep that gap, this might be his stage.
Bollard gets another KOM. Now he is just 1 point behind Kwiatkowski. And we are seeing now Ghost is trying to get all his riders through. I don't think he will manage to. He is now alone with Buchmann, but maybe they can re-enter in the downhill. Let's see.
Bazo was in shambles. His riders was
Okay, Kwiatkowski is still alive for Swexon. ASG still has a helper as well with Bardet. So, and Frabo still has one. Everyone else is right now alone.
Frabo
Frabo going with Bazo.
Frabo going with Bazo. Now Miko needs to react and Ghosty as well. Ghosty did his best.
There goes David Godu. Now Buchmann and let's see if he can. Ooh, he's in a terrible position right now. He needs to close that immediately.
Ghost is losing.
Ghost is losing because he did a mistake. He tried to pass the 3 riders. He managed to pass only his leader, and now he should have reacted, but he's divided. He wants to wait for his domestic. There he goes.
Ladies and gentlemen, a quick advice for you new players that have subscribed for this World Championship. Never let your leader drop because of a domestic. It's not worth it. Hello, Joe Whiteley.
Hello, guys.
Good evening, man. Have you been watching?
I've been trying to watch, yeah.
Been a very entertaining race.
Yeah, it definitely has been. I mean, I didn't catch the other stages, but this stage has definitely looked like a fun stage. Hopefully people watching along are thinking the same.
I think we will see now how Bazo reacts to Swagson. I think he needs to push, but he's alone. What can he do in this moment? Will people try to break him? I think people will.
I think Swagson and even ASG did the best they had to do, which was keep the helper, put him to work at this part, and then they'll have to face the final climb. Keeping that gap they have, this stage has the possibilities on their favor right now, at least. Joe Whiteley, would you agree?
Grab on the attack.
I would do
Grab
as
on the
with
attack.
the
Yes, Frabo again.
Basso in trouble.
Basso again. Basso is in
And
trouble.
Basso is going to lose so
Ghosty,
much
Go-
at the finish.
Ghosty has 3 domestics. He should be the next one attacking. Let's see if he does. Miko also with some chance to attack. I think.
And go, there he goes.
There he
And there
goes.
goes Ghosty.
Ghosty
Joe
goes.
Ickley, did you say you disagreed?
No, I agree with what you said. Yeah.
Okay.
I think there's no point in them trying to hold on with their domestic for too long. They need to use them on the flat because this is where they're going to
Yeah, and everyone is not working they are not working together at this point. They are just trying to attack out of desperation.
Yes, 2 minutes. 2 minutes advantage. So
Flaxen
has almost the advantage he needs. Let's see
And
now.
Flaxen
What
I
is
think if you're Swagson and ASG, you can't focus too much about each other here. You just got to go for it.
Yeah, they just need to get the biggest possible gap they can because they are behind inches. You like everyone else is behind Basel.
Let's
It's
see if
fairly
Ghosty
weak
does another
line.
move. Let's see if Ghosty does another move to try to break Basil.
Mambarde is reaching Remco Evenpool. This is going to be the battle for the stage. Ghosty now accelerating with his 3-man train.
Quite
see who follows.
obviously, the move to do here for Ghosty would be to
Oh,
try.
Bravo is in the razor's edge right now.
Ghosty should have attacked with the.
Look,
the
move from Frabo, I
combat
think.
because-
Move from Frabo.
Fravo, moving. And meanwhile, the fight in the front is between Remco Evenpool for Swagson and Romain Bardet for ASD. The French
Bravo
and the
going for
British
the win.
are
Basil
about
won.
to be caught. Yeah, they're
Basil
about to
won.
be caught.
I think it's crucial to mention that after this middle section here, as you can see in the top right, the profile looks to be fairly flat. Not flat, but 5-6%.
Lighter, yeah.
Guys with domestics are going to benefit massively here.
The big question here is, can ASD and Swagson hold up some of this gap, or can they be in trouble now in this final 7 kilometers?
On Basso, they will extend the gap. On the others, it depends what they do, really.
Alright, let's see.
Basil is already complaining in his chat, calling it pathetic because people don't relay and GG Swagson. Of
I
course,
think
when you have the yellow jersey, you have responsibilities, and that was
I told you the yellow jersey curse would be in effect where everyone knows he has the responsibility. They will attack him. They did. They will wait for him to work. He has to. And right now, this was a great response after the event of stage 1.
also
Actually, the
interesting.
problem is. No, sorry, go.
Also interesting to see if Us Gaming can break Swagson. If Us Gaming could beat Swagson, the gap between the two is less than 1 minute in the general.
I have some. Obviously, everything can happen. I have some minor doubts because for a while, Bardet was alone without a need when he had helpers in the front. But Swagson also spent a lot of power in that attack. So let's see. Let's go to the front, Emma. Because the stage is almost over. We want to see.
I think
guys
Frabo
first here.
is to get the. Frabo is going to get the yellow jersey.
Ooh, Ghosty going for it with Buchmann.
Acceleration by Swagson. I think he's going to break.
Let's stay now here, until the end of the stage.
He is going to break him. I think. Us Gaming.
1.5. Swagson is in a good position, but let's see if he has the energy left. He should have.
Finish is
We're about to
practically
get to the finish
flat.
line. It's Remco Evenpool, Romain Bardet, Swagson, ASG, 700 meters. Let's see who makes the first. ASG is following Swagson's heel. He has no power.
And it's
I repeat, he has power. Swagson wins stage 2 with Remco
What a win!
Evenpool.
What a win he did!
What a
He
fantastic
did a
win.
great win.
And here comes Il Grandissimo Fravo trying to clinch that 3rd place. He's gonna get it. Let's see.
Bravo
What
is
is
the
the gap?
game
One-
time as well.
148. Goes to 2 minutes behind. Daniel Miko 230 and Basso 240. I don't think this is the yellow jersey, but I think it will be pretty close. I don't know what was the gap.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new yellow jersey. So Swagson takes the yellow jersey
All right, and
from Basil, and we also have a very interesting general classification with Frabo closing up, and Frabo is just 1 minute, I think, around 1 minute behind the leader. So for everyone that thought that general classification was closed in the first stage, well,
everything is back in the open. And again, when we thought we had this figured out, because we've seen these kind of things unfold, and usually the guy doing that attack on stage 1 usually ends up benefiting well. But here, Flexen turning the entire table, ASP joining. They actually managed to get a good gap for Flexen. It seems to be the yellow jersey. We will see. We are waiting on confirmation. Prabo will remain third.
I don't think it's necessarily panic stations just yet for Basso. I think with the advantage he amassed in stage 1, he fits himself nicely in and around still the GT
He's
lead.
either going to be pretty close to Flexen, or depending on the gap given by the game, he might actually retain. We'll see.
He doesn't have the yellow jersey, but he's definitely there and having a shot.
Oh, it'll definitely be close, yeah. And I think this is going to be a massive fight until the end.
Basil is complaining in the chat because Ghosty and Miko were not working because they didn't want to benefit each other, and Basil says he is a victim of personal beef. Basil, responsibilities come with yellow jersey. You got it. Everything can happen to you because that's a part.
All right, let's see gaps. Let's see gaps right now.
So for the general classification, we have
46. Yeah, I think it's close, but Flexen definitely has the GC.
This is a
Emea, thank you. So Swaxin, as
19
I told, is the new leader. Basil is second, 19 seconds behind. As Gaming actually third, not Frabo. I thought it was Frabo.
Yeah,
As
it was
Gaming,
really close though.
1 minute, 18 for Frabo. Ghost is 3 minutes 25, and Miko 3 minutes and 40. And I think at this point, anyone from the top 4 can win. I see Frabo.
I was going to say that we currently have 4 men that are definitely on the fight. For Ghosty and Miko, it is definitely harder. They would need a massive attack.
To be honest, I think if Ghosty and Miko wouldn't play against each other, they could have a shot too. Because as the race is unfolding today, they will have bars really, really depleted, especially after this stage. But I think their personal vendetta will just cut them their chances.
I would say at this point the chances of winning, my personal bet would be on Swaxon, as he is the leader and he knows how to play as the yellow jersey. But I see very good chances to Frabo, I must say. Frabo is the type of player that has no fear of risking things, and he doesn't care about finishing third in the opening.
I would say that his problem, though, after what we have saw unfold, is that a lot of people are going to be trigger happy when someone tries to attack. So this might actually become super interesting in stage 3.
And Us Gaming, nobody bets from him, I think, besides me in the chat. And I thought, Us Gaming, nobody saw him a lot in these 2 stages because that's how Us Gaming plays. But he's third, and he's just 1 minute and 8 seconds behind leaders. I think
that's not new considering his
To be honest, Us Gaming is playing. To be honest, Us Gaming is playing better than the usual tour appearances he does.
Indeed, but it's still early days as we are only mid-tournament, so let's see if we can actually surprise even more. So guys, we have some comments here in the chat. Finn is saying that Basso is very salty. Why the F? Why the fuck he says? Who cares? So it goes to relay him back, and Ben Young says Miko will still win. Finn says attack him what he did. I actually agree. Go Miko says Ben. Joe Whiteley says popcorn ready.
Well, if this is the start, I think we will have the best World Cup ever. I'll tell you this.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't think you can be playing an exhibition event and getting too mad.
No, I think about beefs, because actually beefs are already happening.
I think for Basso, you just need to be real with it. He's 19 seconds behind the leader going into stage 3. He's actually, in essence, in a better situation than potentially Swagson is going to be at the end of the stage. So I think he needs to keep his head a little bit cool.
Guys, we're going now into stage 3. To everyone watching, welcome once again to the PCM World Cup 2023, presented to you by Nakon and Cyanide. Keep in mind that they are the makers of the Pro Cycling Manager and Tour de France video games. These games, the 2023 version of both these games, will be out very soon. Expected around June, just in time for the Tour de France.
6th of June, I believe.
Yes. So very, very soon they will be around in a Steam platform nearby.
Yes.
So, guys, stage 3, you guys were talking, giving your opinions, but should we expect this stage to be even more explosive or as much as the last one?
I feel like that intermediate sprint on that first category climb could tempt a few people out with their leaders
Oh wait,
potentially.
Joe, sorry to interrupt you. Slaxon, are you here?
I'm here.
Slaxon, that was quite the win, quite the attack. Do you feel that you can now take this yellow jersey to the end?
My history with defending yellow in this sort of
X'd out, you would say?
It's not good. Yeah, it's not good. We'll see. We'll see.
Would you say that the decisive moment for that attack that you did ended up being Basso missing the rider that he was sending back with the zero move that he did, and eventually failing the protection right there at that time?
Yeah, that was, I think, the key moment. I think had he got there, he might have been able to get on there. Yeah.
Alright, thank you so much for being here. If you guys have any questions for Flags, now is the time because hostilities are already open and it's Illuminissimo Frabo attacking Costias following Daniel. Nico is now trying to get there as well.
So it's Ghosty. They are reacting to each other. They play like
Tom and Jerry.
one eye in the game and the other eye in the donkey, as we say in Portugal. So the other eye in the other.
Sorry, Fiti, I didn't hear that. I actually didn't hear that.
No, I'm saying as we say in Portugal, they are playing with one eye in the ball and one eye in the donkey. So
yes, absolutely.
In this moment, they are playing, looking at each other and not just looking at the race.
I agree. Very well known Portuguese expression, and Fiti is quite right. So is Joe saying they're playing like Tom and Jerry. But let's see how this unfolds. We're going for the first climb of the day.
Get out of my way!
In 23 kilometers. So, Axon, how is it going there? It seems to be some mess in the Palapa.
I think it's muted himself.
Creating a mess, that's why.
Alright, so breakaway is still establishing. 3 men are already advanced in the front. Those are Frabo guys. And Ghosty and Nico trying to put their riders ahead.
We are going to start the climb with 3 Frabo guys alone in front. Let's see if he is going also for the KOM. Not a lot of points to get in this first climb, but let's see what
guys, sorry to interrupt.
To be honest, I think this climb will be already we'll already see attacks from the leaders because actually it is placed in the right place.
Alright, sorry to interrupt you there, but guys, we have the updated GC. Flaxen is currently leading with 35 points, Basto is second with 25, Illuminissimo Frabo is third with 25, ASG is fourth with 20, Ghosty is fifth with 5, and Miko is sixth and in the mud with 4 points.
And Frabo is already attacking with his leader. Frabo is already attacking.
And there goes Mark Hershey already making the move for it. He already has the other 3 men in the front. Let's see what Frabo can do. Flaxon already going with Kwiatkowski and Dennis. Miko also responding. I assume Ghosty also has his leader there, because I think he has pretty much everyone there, no?
He's
going now.
He's going Ghosty now joins, and everyone is joining.
It's really, really close. And now is Miko and Ghosty are again talking in the chat.
Yes, sorry, Fef, I even forgot that. AMA, can you quickly show the actual DC when you can? Yeah, there we go. Boswell second, 19, 1-4 for ESG, 1-18 for Frabo, 325 for Ghosty, and 344 for Nico.
So, race is going to be very, very entertaining. At this point, we have already some leaders in the front. Mark Ishii from Frabo is already in the front. Very, very interesting to see. Let's see what is
doing Frabo's things.
I think an important part of this race will be wind, because as we can see, wind is already very high, very hard. So
Ghosty is a bit behind with some of his domestics. Let's see. Let's see what he's going to do in Simacampo. We see that Frabo's move is unorthodox as usual. He's
Yeah,
trying to.
this is Frabo doing Frabo at his best, and we expect to see these aggressive moves from him.
No, but
He isn't gaining very much, bro.
what
He's
I
what, sorry?
think.
He isn't gaining so much time because Swagzon is controlling him.
Yep.
What Frabo is going to be an animator of this World Cup. Every game where Frabo is, we know it's going to be crazy. We know he's going to try different things from the others. Frabo always think out of the box. He is the least conservative player in the entire World Championship, I think, and is somehow manages to see to see things where no one can, and that's amazing from Frabo, and that's really entertaining to see as an spectator, I think.
He has a great imagination.
Yeah,
I think it's fair to say.
Sorry, I was just getting some indications from our director. Let's keep in mind, Emea is the Italian national champion, someone who has beaten Frabo this season. Thoughts on that, guys?
Frabo really. So the style of playing is, as we all know, is this attacking early, this different. But as Joe says, he has a great imagination. He can manage to do amazing things, and he has no fear. He always plays like this.
The
It's
big
coming to
question
World
here
Championship
is,
now.
can he have too much imagination in times like these when he starts to go so
I
early?
think yes. I think yes. But it seems to work for him when he is imaginative than when he tries to restrict himself to playing like everyone else.
Yes, yes, exactly. That's my point.
I'm getting the information. Sorry, guys, I'm getting the information that Frabo, as we already know, he's already a specialist in these aggressive moves. But the information we're getting right now is that he studied these kind of attacks all the year, as we already suspected. So it's not random or improvised.
No, I think he knows what he's doing. I think the lobby should know what he's doing. I mean, if Frabo was to win this now by 3 minutes, would I be surprised? No. Would the lobby be surprised? No. Then why does it happen? We don't know. That's just the beauty of it.
Paul Paz, welcome to the stream.
Yeah,
Man. Really good to see you.
happens even in the first stage. I mean, they left him going as they weren't sure he was going to attack. So actually, a bit of a strange tactical behavior.
Flaxen.
Yeah,
Flaxen going for it.
And Basso is not near the front to respond straight away.
Oh, terrible positioning. Is Basso paying for the lifestyle that some of us have been known to do in pelotons, especially in PCM UK, which is, you're in the back saving energy, but if anyone strikes, you're going to be hit.
No, I just think because the peloton is quite small, despite the narrow roads, he can sit at the back and then just quickly shoot one guy to the front, like I think he has just done to try close this.
And let's see, because Frap already has around 3 minutes almost.
But look at it though, you don't see any Slovakian jerseys near the front other than the one guy who is on the front.
Yeah, which was a big catalyst why he actually lost time in the last stage, although let's keep that in mind.
But I don't think it's a dangerous attack, to say the least.
Right now, I would be inclined to agree very much with you indeed. And Bravo, on the other hand, retains around 250 of gap to the downhill, and he will be starting the first cat one in the front and virtually on the yellow jersey.
Miko, I don't want team play problems, says Bravo.
Oh, yeah, I think he wouldn't want team play problems. I think his expectations might be set too high, given Miko is there.
Where is Rudy Mollard in the points jersey classification? Or Pierre for that question. Because Miko might want to go for the intermediate sprint as well as the K1s here.
I think Miko is
dominating the K1
in the sprint classification as well. So he's really well positioned. Ghosty now going for the attack.
To go. Yeah, he goes.
In the wind as well. He's in the wind as well. So.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in these World Championships, 5-man train.
But the response isn't being immediate.
Bazo controlling, but now he stopped.
He knows he can leave Swagson to control it. Ghosty has a 3-minute deficit in the general classification. Doesn't matter for them. They can leave Ghosty go. But let's see what they will do. But I think they will not work against Ghosty. Ghosty is in this moment kind of irrelevant for the general classification. Maybe it's not no longer at the end of this stage, but in this moment, I think their focus is on each other and on Frabo.
Yeah, I mean he's irrelevant now, but you don't want him to become.
Yeah, you don't want to expand that gap to a point where he actually gets back in the fight.
If you can have one less, players to focus on in stage 4, but I understand what you mean. The priorities is ASG, Basso, and Swags, and they're going to be wanting to keep an eye on each other.
Let me just ask you a question. Do you feel more threatened as a general classification leader for having Frabo 1 minute behind you or Ghosty 1 minute behind you? Because as a guy that doesn't understand a lot about the roads,
absolutely Frabo. I'm going to tell you right there. Absolutely Frabo.
I would say the same. Because Frabo is way more difficult to control than Ghosty, and having Ghosty 1 minute behind you, or as gaming 1 minute behind you, doesn't threat so much, in my opinion, as having having Frabo for.
Absolutely, I would agree 100% with that.
Frabo is not necessarily difficult to control. We all know what he's going to do. It's just when
the problem is it keeps happening for some bizarre reason,
but the thing is, because one person in the lobby, no matter how good they are, can be obviously aware of the threat, but they're not going to be the ones to dip their toes into pacing for everyone else. It's got to be a conservative effort.
Welcome, Ilya. Welcome, legendary Jonathan Gacho says noob tour in true Gacho style. Ilya says go Vaso, go what?
In the meantime, As Gaming attacking in the group behind.
Yes, As Gaming going for the move is trying.
And he's already 35 seconds. No, 40 seconds now.
He's getting less conservative every stage, and
but
now
this is becoming quite the mess again, with everyone trying now. A lot of players spread throughout the route.
Yeah,
so let's see.
Yeah, this
World TV, I agree. Yeah, World TV is the best TV. Subscribe, indeed. Do it now, or else.
Intermediate sprint, Mark Hershey, Shaw is going to be the one. So
okay, let's see. Let's see here.
Miko is
going to roll over it, and Frabo does not care because he
maybe there is a gentleman agreement that Miko contributes to the pace, making it a little bit if Frabo lets him.
Well, I would say that you're probably right, but even if there wasn't, we know that Frabo only plays for one thing, and that's PC period.
And Swagson is focusing on Bazo and not everyone else. So Swagson didn't feel the need to react to Ghost. He didn't feel the need to react to Us Gaming. He's waiting. Bazo is the one doing the work.
Well, I think there's been a mutual agreement between the two in GC here, because you see Baso's domestic pacing, but the person who's keeping the wheel is Swagson. So although yes, Basso is the one working, he's the one saving Basel the leader because he gets to sit behind Swagson. So I think there's been a mutual agreement.
Let's see. Now it's Swagson doing the work.
Yeah, they're sharing their part.
And I think so far Miko has been the small disappointment. We haven't seen Miko the entire game so far, except for in the fight against Ghosty. Besides that, Miko has been a bit of a disappointment for me, at least.
That's not shocking to anyone, trust me.
Yes, I understand the point, but this is
I have a comment from our own director on Miko. He would like to say only, ladies and gentlemen, this guy is our #1 Mickey Mouse World IMA ranking current leader.
Yes, of course, because Miko plays a lot. But the point is,
Mardi and World Tour. So actually, yeah, that's quite the news.
The point is, this doesn't matter. This is an opening tour. This is not going to give any medals. So the thing that should matter most for Miko is trying to do something different from what he is going to do every game in the World Championship. But he's not. So let's see if Miko can do something different now. Shut up, big dog, says Miko. Wow.
Oh, Miko is listening to us.
Yes.
Thank you, Daniel, for watching, for listening to us. didn't expect you to win this opening tour, I'm going to be honest. But yeah, I did expect you to do a little bit better. Jokes aside, of course.
The big dog, so Miko is the first guy in the World Championship to say "Shut up, big dog." I think we will have a lot of them.
Oh, God bless us. I do hope we do, because it's always a good sign that our job is creating opinions.
More importantly, Frabo is down to 1 domestique, but he holds the cards of having a massive gap.
Basso drop.
I think Basso wants to keep 3 guys on this climb. I don't know about the other players, but I know Basso wants to keep at least 3 guys for this climb.
Yeah, probably yes. Probably you're right.
Let's see from the others. But Swagson, now as Gaming and Ghosty gap is, I would say, greatly reduced. But let's see, Miko is suffering a bit, I think.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is the Big Dog, and if you are listening to this right now, I am already living rent-free in some of the participants' heads.
Miko is closing on As Gaming and Ghosty. Is now trying to do the bridge, but he needs to wait with As Gaming. He can't spend. He's alone. Miko is alone. So let's see what he can do with his leader. I think he assumed he will finish last or penultimate to last in the general classification, and he's just trying to go for the secondary ones.
I think something we need to watch carefully here as well, Amaya, is how many domestiques the guys have. Is Ghosty going to finish this climb with 2 guys? Is ASG going to finish with 2? Is Swagson going to finish with 2? Because at the moment they're all together. Among Us, or Basso, is counting on them not working together, and he's just going to take his own pace with more domestiques in the right.
Yeah, it's all good. I mean,
Ghosty has 3, Swagson has 3, but Basso I think has 4. Yeah, there you go. So Basso has a massive advantage now. But the burden is going to be on him to pace if he ever does enter back.
Yes, but Basso needs to first force himself back into the group. Let's see if he can do it fast.
I think Basso has played a good stage so far.
Well, maybe he's trying to forced to do something different to Swagson. So he has done so far. Let's see if it works. Frabo is recovering his bars in the downhill. Let's see if he can. So the mountain classification is also interesting because Latour is getting a lot of points, but Hirschi is also getting a lot of points. So Hirschi is not far.
Guys, let's talk about this advantage. It's starting to pile up, and it's 4 minutes. What do we expect here in the next climbs?
It very much Frabo's destiny very much is at the hands of Basso and Swagson right now. I think if they contribute well in this little valley, because there is a big valley and then there's another big valley, if they contribute well, they're going to reel Frabo in, regardless of the time gap. However,
Francisco Grassi, sorry to interrupt you, Joe. Francisco Grassi, if you were there, how would you handle this right now if you were Swagson?
Well, to be honest, I think both Swagson and Basso picked the right tactic because actually they're trying to keep the more riders they can in order to face in the best part of the valley, because actually this stage has the big problem of having so much valleys. For example, for Frabo, this will be now a problem because I've seen him reduced to just 2 riders. So actually, I think he will suffer a lot to keep the helper until Passorolle, and over. So I think actually I would have done probably the same thing as Wegzon. I thought that Basso move was a bit too extreme, but in the end he saved 5 riders. He's still he has 4 riders. Actually, yeah.
Lexon is now responding, and everyone else is trying to follow. Let's see if he can make this gap work. Ghosty right now on his wheel.
This is a good move from Swagson. I think this is a good move because he now basically Basso is forced to work again, to still work. So in the end, he won't use he will have to use his 4th rider to chase them.
So Swagson needs Ghosty's help though.
It's going to be epic the end because 3 minutes 20 for 90 kilometers. I think Frabo will not win this stage. It's
can we see the profile of the upcoming climbs, please?
This is not a so hard climb. Just
No,
this one?
definitely no.
the last
This
one
one
are
quite
the
easy.
hardest.
The last two are actually very interesting, but might be too little, too late to close gaps if they do not start working well for it now.
I
Yeah,
think
if you the bottom of that penultimate climb with the distance, you win the race. But when I see this climb up coming and the valley that it holds as well, I think that's screaming to me. If you have domestiques, you're going to be in a good position. And interestingly enough, Ghosty is working with Swagson. I think if Ghosty didn't work with Swagson, I think Basso would have the upper hand here.
No, I think that's a really good move on Ghosty's part because at this rate they already have almost 1 minute, 50, 40 seconds, and now it's lowering a bit. But if they can keep this gap, it would be golden for them right now.
let's
I mean, if
see
Ghosty doesn't work in a move like this, then there's
Is
no
Basso-
point in
Bazo tried a small attack in the back, interesting, and now the intermediate sprint is going to be for Fravo Miko. Miko gets it. I don't think it was a smart idea to sprint for Fravo, but
Did I just see Fravo sprinting?
yes, Fravo sprinted for the intermediate.
Cringe.
Yeah, but I think Miko is more focused on the KOM, so I believe that should be part of their understanding.
Yeah, I mean, he's got his captain climb. I don't think he really is needed for the captain.
Miko's work is finished. He's waiting now to the group with Latour, and he will join Bazo's group as soon as he can.
But look at the point specification as well for Latour. He's second place now.
All right, as we go into the next climb, and
The
the
worst
gap is still
part,
3 minutes.
now it's the worst part of Paso Rolle. Let's see if someone tries to move here in the hardest part, or they wait for the flattest part.
Well, I think Basso is going to want to have 3 domestics over this climb, so...
Now Basil is back.
I don't think he'll be facing too hard too soon.
Basil is back, and the difference for Fravo is growing a bit. 3 minutes 25 now. Let's see if they can put it back to 2 minutes or around 2 minutes by the top of this
Guys,
climb.
right now, Frabo has, give or take a little bit more, 2 minutes virtual lead on everyone else in GC.
Well,
The only problem is for him is that there's 75k to go.
yes,
Yeah, exactly.
75 kilometers in.
And if that gap starts to go down, it might be 2 very complicated climbs for him in terms of managing that.
And the wind is strong.
Yeah.
If the wind is a tailwind in the valley, benefits Frabo. If it's a headwind in the valley, benefits the guys behind.
Currently side wind, as you can see right there, but let's see how it is later on.
I think
Well-
it's going to be a tailwind in majority of
Yeah.
the descent and the valley.
Yeah, I think so. From what we're
Yes.
seeing.
A good advantage for Fravo there. If
Or-
it's
Even
minutes
if it's
almost.
slightly tail, it's still going to be slightly tailwind, so I think it does help him, yes.
Basso is the one relaying now. Didn't see if someone else was helping.
Him and Swagson need to work, but obviously,
Swagson,
like
yeah.
I said, Basso has 4, so the onus is going to be on him.
the difference,
Guys,
the difference is growing. It's growing for more than 4 minutes now. Let's see.
I think we might see another move during the later part of this climb.
I think Fravo will enter the top of this climb maybe with around 3 minutes advantage. I would say. Let's see.
Round and round we go. Every stage has given us a new leader. Can we see it happening yet again? Il Grandissimo Fravo has 4 minutes and is
And-
trying to steal a possible GC win.
And Fravo will manage to do it, so we can pass 2 riders in the top.
Yeah.
So we will have 2 riders in the descent. Let's see if someone behind will have 3 riders, because that's the only chance the guys behind have. Is that if they have 1 more domestic than Fravo. Let's see.
The crucial thing is here, though, it's not one of those stages where the last climb requires a domestic. I don't think the
Yeah.
last 2 climbs
I
require
agree.
as many domestics as you would do if it was like Abduaz, for example. So,
Honestly,
Frabo,
so we agree.
yeah, we agree. And don't cry.
Fast
Um,
those. Fast those.
Oh,
Swagson
and there goes
as well.
Swagson actually.
But
Bazo follows.
Basso says, denied at least without me, but everyone else is quickly catching up. However, the gap quickly went under 4 minutes there. Let's see if they can keep chewing into it.
It's 3 kilometers to the top. We are already arriving in the top. This climb is not so hard, and Frabo is going to pass with 2 riders. He's now losing time.
This is a very delicate situation right now,
Yes.
and let's see.
The guys behind need to do something, or we'll have the third different leader in 3 stages of this tour. Let's see. Swanson is now trying to reach him, but 2 riders only. He has the same amount of Frabo.
He
If
is preserving his domestic right there.
If Basso gets 3 guys over this climb, Frabo loses.
Yes, that's the point.
Oh,
Basil-
2.5 minutes. 2.5
Basil
minutes. And I
is the
think
kingmaker.
Frabo is alone. I think he's definitely trying to
He's
hold on.
waiting,
But
yeah.
it will, yeah, but it will cost him time.
Look at the advantage as ASG disconnects. But look at the
ASG
advantage.
has- yeah,
It's down to
been,
2 minutes.
it's been pulverized and from 4 to 2, so it's not looking good for Basel. Sorry, for Frabo right now.
Yeah.
Looking quite well for looking quite good for Basel though, if he can keep that third man.
But it's also looking good for the rest of that group if Basso can keep his third
Yes,
man.
because he will have the onus of working and will have the extra man for that.
And this
This-
is the question Miko is asking, because Miko knows that if Basso has 3, he is going to expect Basso to use that third guy to collect Frabo's riders.
And
2 minutes.
Hershey
2 minutes. One
desperately waiting for Mats Pedersen. Flaxen is gonna cross in third place with Remco Evenpool, and Ghosty immediately moving with him. Let's see if they can get a gap here. I don't think they will.
Well, maybe they will. Let's see.
And Basso's third guy is going to be there, I think, if we look at the back of the group.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
That's
he is, and this is the guy that they needed here. Let's see.
That's
Well,
the one.
it's game over for Frabo then, but to be honest, he can take the benefits that he's got a hell of a lot of KOM points and points 30 points.
1 minute 17 seconds along the
Okay.
downhill, incoming rally.
I think that was the death sentence to Frabo.
Well,
is-
the thing is, though, it's one of those attacks where he's gained a lot of points in the secondary classification, and I don't think he loses that much time in these final 2 climbs because they're just not that hard. So he can have himself going into stage 4, probably leading or being up there in both classifications and being near the
And
GC
so
lead.
close, yeah. And
He's
still in
not
the-
going to lead the mountain classification, Joe. That's for Miko, but he's going to be second.
Yeah, I mean, Pierre Latour is there, but to be honest, for Frabo to be in second, I think that's going to be better than everyone else, because I think Miko is going to be first and third, so...
Current provisional standings, as you see in your top right corner, is 3 seconds. Right now, difference from Swaxon the leader to Frabo, that is
Time-
still in the front.
Time to Basso. Basso attack. Or at
Yeah.
least relay strong attack.
I think Basso has to attack, because why would he work for everyone else?
Exactly. That's the point.
But he's in the wrong position with the wrong rider, so...
But the true is also, it's going to be extremely hard for him to get any kind of gap at this time.
Well, I
Maybe
mean, he's going to struggle into hairpin bends with 21 headwind and attacking with the 76 mountain guy,
Yeah. But I think he has quite far
Because-
better chances on that false fly on the rally, but let's see.
But I think Basso is just going to find himself getting very, very frustrated doing these attacks. I think...
Yeah.
57
I mean,
seconds.
now
only
it's the
now.
worst part of the stage to attack. I mean,
Yeah.
if you
Yeah,
if you have
absolutely.
waited a bit, he probably would have had a more favorable terrain,
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
if it's still
Yeah.
all downhill.
As we
So
were
it's
talking
too
about.
difficult, but
But more importantly, because he's been doing that, he's probably
Oh,
killed
Ghosty,
a lot of
Ghosty
parts.
moving. Ghosty is moving.
Yeah, again, though,
Oh,
into the
you-
headwind. I need to pay attention. He's attacking into headwind. He's not going
Yeah, it's not. He's not going anywhere. And Nico is out one rider. Where's it?
Yeah.
me?
anywhere.
Yes, he is.
and again,
Oh, and
Also, again,
again,
he's attacking into headwind.
also
I mean,
attacking
he's gonna make
Flex
the
and follows
difference,
Nico is
isn't
there. Oh,
Just
but yes, you
How is held together? I
1
mean,
minute.
56
everybody
seconds.
knows the Basso is going to try and get away again, so they're going to be ready for it. And it's headwind.
well, it's
Let's
just-
see, guys. It's still 1 minute. There's still a little bit of false flags to go, and then 2 climbs. And in this case, around 1 minute, Bravo seems to be with far less than he would have liked to have been.
I like what Swanson is doing here. is trying to push, but not to attack against the wind. Let's see.
Again,
There goes
Yeah, I think
Basso again.
Sexton just wants to be in position to fill the middle.
Headwind, and Basso is
Basso's getting
trying-
desperate now. He's getting very desperate, attacking with his leader to try and make the gap. That is very desperate.
Yeah,
Ah.
in full headwind, that was not the best choice. Flexen is
two-
already on his coattails, and the others are about to rejoin.
The last two
So I-
climbs are very aggressive, are very hard. Let's see what they are going to do. But I think spending energy with your leader in this moment is not ideal.
I think that
no,
was
he's
Frank,
going
yeah.
to lose. He's going to lose some seconds here
Swagson's
because
going to
actually he
get the
lost. Well, Swagson, I think he's in the best position because he just have to wait and wait for climbs.
Let's see.
Then
Franco.
he can do whatever he wants because actually I think
40 seconds,
He'll
Brennan
save,
attacks.
he'll save the
Ghost
basic.
again trying to strike, but nothing happened out of it as we are getting closer and closer to the final two climbs. There's
And
I wouldn't be surprised if ASG wins this stage.
Emotions
Yeah,
are
I agree. I tend to agree with the amount of work that he hasn't done so far. That
Mo-
might be on his benefit.
more
Because-
important than the stage is, of course, the general classification. As Gaming
Yeah.
can win, but will he open some gap? Will he?
Hardly, I think. Even if he gets a small advantage, I don't think he's going to make that. big
Even
of
if
a
he just
difference.
wins the side and takes the time bonuses, it's chipping away at the advantage, isn't it?
Bravo is alone.
That's true.
Marquez is alone.
Bravo is alone. Pedersen is dropping.
Again,
Basso is trying
Basso.
to attack again. Goes to respawn on the right side. Swaxon, Miko, and ASG behind, but still keeping in touch with the group.
I
And now
think if
15
you're the
seconds.
guys, if you're the guys in that peloton, you can't let Basso go. As soon as he goes,
Bravo is about to be caught. It was a heroic move, but it is coming now to an end. How long do you guys think he can last with the rest of the group?
if I was him, I would have just waited up by now, but that's forever.
Bravo never waits.
Oh, if he overdoes it, he might actually end up losing more time than he needed.
Well, I think he will, yeah. He could have saved himself.
Yeah, indeed.
The panache is what we're here for.
He
okay,
went.
Ghosty now
Oh,
if he does the
Ghosty,
right movement, the right moment. No,
Ghosty.
maybe not.
Great
He
move
goes to
from
get the
both.
gap,
Great move.
Basso's going to pace. He's not going to want to get, you know...
With a slingshot, but no one manages to close it.
Well, actually,
Yet.
the problem was the road, which had so many turns, so Ghosty couldn't get advantage from. from
But he's already there, and let's see if Frabo. And knowing Frabo, he's definitely gonna try and keep on his wheel for as long as he can.
Now Ghosty gaining. Now he's gaining.
Gun has begun. 5.1 kilometers, 7.9% average at 1 kilometer.
Nobody thinks Ghost is relevant for the general classification,
Yeah.
so they let him go. The point
Well,
is,
at
Bravo
this
is on the
point-
wheel.
At this point, he isn't.
Bravo is
It's
going
12
to be. Bravo is
kilometers.
going to be dropped. He's going to be dropped on the last climb for sure.
I agree.
If nobody
Now
makes a move in the next two
Basso again.
climbs,
Basso again.
if nobody
He
makes a
couldn't
move
force the
now,
gap.
goes
Oh, Swaxon, Miko
Now he forced the gap.
are
How is he
alone.
going?
ASG stopped as well. ASG stopped his forced Swexon's hand.
ASG
No.
with two rivals, the only one.
No. Ghosty and Frabo are in the lead. 10.7 kilometers to go. Hershey from Frabo desperately trying to hang on with Ghosty's
And
Buchmann.
Frabo is almost there. Frabo is almost cracking it. And there he
Bravo
goes.
crack. Bravo crack.
Frabo has been dropped. Basso is getting closer to Frabo. Everyone else is still with Basso in sight. KOM goes for Ghosty.
It can be a good.
Basso second, Basso third.
Basso will join forces now with Frabo if Frabo can hold, but he can't. So
He
Frabo
cannot.
is in a really bad situation. He needs to
He
wait for the
overcooked it. He
Mhm.
doesn't
Now-
have enough downhill to recover. It is going to be a bad ending for him.
Ghosty.
Guys, now we have to see if in the final climb you will have that slingshot effect usually adds in this stage, because if they have it from behind, they could join easily. They could
Final
cut
climb
some,
begins.
advantage.
5.3 kilometers, 9.2 average,
And
1
that's what
kilometers
Graf was
altitude.
talking about. That is
Yeah,
what
that's
Graf
what
was
I
Yeah,
want.
yeah.
So it's going probably to be a win for Ghosty. Let's see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this-
I wouldn't count out ASG.
exactly. And
Yeah.
right now,
But he isn't pacing
guys, the most important thing for Swaxon, who is in the back group, is to keep Basso under sight. And Miko might be in trouble here as well because he's been alone for a while.
ASG is in two minds here. He doesn't really want to work for the leader, but he knows he can get the stage. win.
Ghosty doesn't have the energy
Oh,
apparently.
There
goes
goes
Roman Bardet. Roman Bardet making the move, and Swaxon trying to close. Miko is in survival mode.
Bazo is the one leading now.
Basso takes the lead. He might be
Frabo
around
is
the
losing
top.
it.
Yeah, Frabo is done for the day. And here goes Basso. ASG trying to catch him. Now Ghosty behind him.
ASG doesn't have it. He hasn't. He's moved over to the side. He hasn't decided to pace. Strange.
I don't think he has it. And now, oh, terrible move there.
Maybe Bazo has it. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, I mean, there's a questionable movement
30
there
seconds.
from
Basso is about to win this stage. ASG is still accelerating. He is
The
doing
general
so little.
classification will be back to Bazo's hands. Let's see.
ASG goes.
And they go.
As Gaming, the one trying to reduce the gap, but it's going to be Bazo the winner. And Bazo.
It's too little. Too late, maybe? Let's
No,
see.
no.
ASG is catching up. ASG is catching up. 700 meters to go. Basso's about to cut the line, but he's being followed by Roman Bardet. Bardet on the right side. Basso
No,
has
he
no more
can't.
power, but no. Bardet is dead. Bardet is dead, and Basso had just enough.
Epic win.
Died
Amazing.
now. Win the stage. Let's see third. Let's see third.
Paco to the yellow jersey.
Oh,
Back to the yellow.
oh, Miko is gonna just pass them, and Swaxton is actually fifth. And where's Frabo? He's right behind now. So that's the end of the GC for Frabo, I believe.
Now Bazo leads the general classification with 1 minute over Swagson and 2 minutes over the
Okay,
Three
guys,
stages.
I'm gonna go.
1 minute and a
See you
half.
later.
See ya.
3 stages, ladies and gentlemen. Different leaders every time. This time it is Basso in a new lead change, regaining the yellow jersey, but we do not manage to finish a stage with the same leader twice so far.
Swagson
Hello?
making a good point there. I think for Swagson, it's not a bad situation here. He just has to really play on the fact that Basso is the leader and Basso has to do the work, because if at any point people start to help Basso, he wins the GC. But yeah, I don't think anybody should be attacking on such a stage with that amount of headwind. I think it was an interesting situation for ASG. You could tell he was very reluctant to pace with Swagson, rightly so, because Swagson was in the lead. But I think ASG had the chance to go for the stage there. He just didn't follow the right move at the right time, which cost him in the end. I think he probably did actually have more bars than.
All right, 1
Then
minute. Ghosty strikes at the same time. Frabo takes a major GC blow. Let's check that GC man. 57 seconds. ASG and Swagson. Frabo 4 minutes down. Still retains his now small gap ahead of Ghosty and Daniel Miko.
Well, the general classification is going to be an interesting fight. Now Bazo seems himself in a very comfortable position, but we already knew Bazo already was in a comfortable position in the first stage. He blew it, and now let's see if there is some kind of union to get him to try to destroy this gap. And of course, Swagson will be the
Well,
main interested on this
To
move.
Savi Sanko Mayor, the final stage of the evening, it actually seems to be pretty good in paper to try some moves. Let's see if someone, like you said, Fraxon would be one of the interested. But ASG also definitely now placed into that final fight that we expect to be between 3 guys. So let's see, everything can happen by now.
The top 3 of the general classification is more or less definitive. So Bazo as Gaming and Swaxon will fight for the win, while while Frabo, Ghosty, and Miko are in 22 seconds for the 4th place. That
Round
matters because they are on the fight for the secondary classifications, mostly Miko and
and
Bravo.
right now we have the updated GC after stage 3. This only accounts for stage points, not the secondaries or the GC yet. Obviously, it is Basel leading with 50 points, Blackton second with 37, ASG third with 35, Frabo fourth with 25, Daniel Miko fifth with 14, sixth Ghosty 10 points in the mud.
Ghosty really not doing his best game tonight. He is
I'm going to say that in a lobby with such a good players, some of those that we have here, I'm not surprised. Ghosty is a former world champion, yes, but he's been continuing to be one of the goats in track, not so much in road recently.
so. Let me talk a bit about secondary classification. So
All right.
Mark Hirschi from Frabo is leading the points classification with second place for Miko, third for Bazo. So Bazo has an advantage over Swagson in this classification. As Gaming is only sixth, what means Bazo has also an advantage in mountain classification. Is also third there. Swagson is fifth. As Gaming seventh. But there is really a small difference. Some Nagy from Bazo has 42, 42 Kwiatkowski from Swaxon, so he's close. These secondary classifications can also help us define who is going to be the winner of overall. But I think it's quite clear that Pierre Latour will win the mountain classification if he gets in the breakaway in this stage. And about the points classification, Mark Hirschi is also in a very good position to win it. Let's see.
All right, guys. A quick reminder while we are for our viewers while we are loading into this stage. As you know, guys, the World Championship is the final tournament of the season period, and let's take a quick look at some of the classifications we had this year. The Italian champion for everyone's talk and poll is EMEA Road Championships overall winner. He, I believe, won something more in those championships, but the overall national champion is him. Joe Whiteley won the overall road classification in the Champions League. Leo Falandri is the French champion. Phil Watt is the Swiss champion. Joe Whiteley is the British champion. Yubi is the German champion. And I have no idea what this here is. I mean, this is the Belgian champion, is NVDB. Ben Young is the Dutch champion. So everything now converges to this final stage. Yeah, sorry, didn't get you there. Hello?
Hello. Yes.
I was hearing something in the background. I don't know what it was. Okay, so everything, as I was saying, converges into this day, this stage, this moment for the opening tour. But this is just the beginning. We'll be here for 2 months straight, giving you all the races we can of the World Championship, which, for the most part, will be. I think we are trying and we hope to succeed in getting all of them captured. And we will be doing Center Court tomorrow. We will be announcing later on in Discord and social networks which group we will be following, as well as for day 2, which is Monday. That will be round 1 of Classics. So, we already have people in the road.
Yes, we are starting the stage and we already
And
have
already a small movement of 11 riders, 6 more trying to catch up.
correct. We have us gaming with Swaxon and Miko here in this front group.
Oh, but ASG actually has Valde there.
Of course, Ghosty should be the one trying to move, and he's trying to move with all his guys in this moment.
Don't know what's happening here, but the fact is ASG already managed to get an interesting gap to everyone. Let's see if he can actually keep it though. Bravo in a precarious position with Swagson. Oh, the motorbike isn't going to help there. Oh, really? Please tell us a bit about that, and I'll voice it here later in a little bit.
Now it's Frabo with us gaming on the back, trying to retake the better position. We know that these stages that start directly in a climb are always moved like this.
And
Guys, some historic trivia here and a funny one. This is the memorable stage in which Giordano's mother came to stream Anita Cup and said, "Stop farting all over the house."
Kwiatkowski passes first in the mountain, what makes him climb to the third position in the overall mountain classification. Good move. I think Swaxon is trying to get some points this way to try to win overall by other means. I am not absolutely sure about how it works this year in points regarding secondary classifications.
Actually, let me quickly take a look to remind people that are watching.
If they matter a lot or they don't, but the question is, but for Swaxon apparently they do because he's trying to get some points and now he's going
Okay,
to.
I have that data for you. So
Yes, please.
the classifications that we already had talked about before the World Championship in another tournaments that we were going to input here this year is as follows. Points classification and KOM classification wins are 35 points each. Second place 20, third 10, fourth 5 points, and 52. So it's a good balance to help decide things. It's not the be all end all, but if the right winner gets it, yeah, it might make a huge difference.
Let's see if Swaxon. I wonder what's the difference between first and second in the overall classification.
I believe it was down to 1 minute and
No. I ask in the point system.
It's 50 points. It's 150 for the first, 100 for the second, 75 for the third.
50 points
50
is
points.
really interesting because right now we have Bazo getting maybe this 50-point advantage to Swaxon reduced to I would say around 25. So Swaxon needs to do something more. He needs to get more points, more classifications, and he needs to win the stage. Well, let's see.
I'll tell you something about this, as we've tested this classification already twice in ITA Cup and Champions League, and this was the main idea behind it. It's still Tour, and we still want to award the GC winner for his work. And the facts are, in everything that happened in Champions League and ITA Cup, whoever won GC actually won the tournament. So let's see if it repeats itself here.
I also think this will happen here. But the point is, how is the overall right now? So counting the two first stages.
Right now, counting the three first stages, we already have Paso leading with 50, Swaxon 37, ASG third 35, Frabo fourth 25, Daniel Miko fifth 14, and Gosti with 10 points in sixth place.
Yes, it's almost impossible to Swaxon to win without winning the general classification. So
yeah, right now he would need both of the secondaries and another stage win, and there's a lot of stuff.
You would need 83 to close an 83-point disadvantage. That is really complicated.
He just needs the GC right now.
Yeah, the GC is the thing that will decide who is going to be the winner of this opening tour. Now is Ghosty working a bit, it looks like, but the peloton has no interest in closing up so much the difference. Swaxon is leading actually the peloton, so
can you see E1 please?
Yes, Swaxon is leading both groups in this moment. Of course, that means no one behind is really pushing. Yet now comes Bazo to the front.
Actually, from the top moment I was mentioning GC up until now, we no longer have leaders at the front. So all the ingredients set there for a interesting mountain stage. Those that have riders at the front will have a great opportunity to use them well if they decide to attack.
Well, this is going to be a very interesting climb. 9 kilometers. Bazos needs to push, needs to close the gap. Let's see if Bazo manages to lead this stage better. I think Bazo needs to focus, needs to understand there is only two rivals, only matters Swaxon, only matters
and ASG.
And Swaxon is the only one I think that will do a bit more unpredictable things. So,
Emma, let's check the. Sorry to interrupt you. BT. Emma, if you could check the climbs profile of everything that is to come, including this one.
Bazo just has two rivals. He needs to control two people. I think he will manage to do it. I'm sincere. At this point, I would bet on Bazo without a doubt.
Oh, six-man train moment. Six-man train. This moment is sponsored by Cyanide and Narcon. Cyanide and Narcon. Please find Pro Cycling Manager 2023 and Tour de France 2023 coming soon on Steam.
Well,
VT, you were saying?
yes, as gaming is doing a 6-man train, very fun, and now is 5 because he's losing a domestic. We see that the advantage over the group is growing to more than 2 minutes right now. Very interesting. Let's see if the difference is bigger in the top. Let's see what Faxon does if he goes for the mountain points. Where is Latour? Is also in front. Attack by Frabo.
Mark Hershey already has an 18 seconds gap.
And he has the 3 men in front. Yes, it's really, really good move. Good move from Frabo.
It might be interesting.
Miko trying to react, and Ghosty as well. This is the fight for that shouldn't matter to Bazo, to be honest. Bazo should not focus on this.
Joe Whiteley, are you still with us?
I am indeed.
What do you think of this so far?
I love how the voice of Joe Whiteley was like, yes.
Yes. What was the question, sorry?
What do you think of these early movements so far?
I think they could be interesting. Obviously.
This is
Stage is fairly short, isn't it? So it's kind of what we expect.
Yeah, we already are 80 kilometers from the end, give or take.
Can we see the KOM? Too late, I think.
Alright, yeah, that's good. It actually worked. Switch now.
I didn't win the KOM. I think it was Kwiatkowski, but Kwiatkowski.
Emma, if you could check in the base profile, please.
I think
Latour has
Kwiatkowski and Dennis, so
yes,
taking first and second.
but the advantage is still too big. The advantage
absolutely.
Latour, I think, has won the KOM.
Yes, I think it's going to be the only thing that Miko will win tonight. But the KOM, he will bring it home. Not blocking when I come from behind Miko. Ghosty and Miko are really in another league tonight. They are fighting each other. They are not really not playing the same game as the others.
Miko in true Frenchman fashion, not winning the yellow, but winning the KOM.
Miko said, okay, you are not smart. That's interesting accusations about Ghosty. I think we will have a France-German war soon.
Let's try not to, but...
Not to.
Fighting with you isn't smart, okay.
Let's try not to, but it's a possibility.
Focus on the game. So we have the peloton where Bazo is still pushing hard. He's trying to reduce the gap, but 3 minutes 35 starts to be an interesting gap to the front to keep getting more and more mountain points. Let's see how long they can last. They can last maybe to the intermediate sprint. Let's see. And now the question is, will someone try the move here in Trocdabe? Or
speaking of which, it goes over 10% with a road size of 1, so this should be really interesting to see.
Because this looks like not so good, not so hard climb, but it actually is. It isn't a hard climb in the final part. So yeah, let's see. I think.
Oh, this was the actual climb that we're starting, where the famous and memorable moment with Giordano's mother happened. So, another bit of trivia. Frappo already has like 3 minutes right now. So, he still needs to recover 4, so one more, but we all know that this is going to be easy and it might not come. Let's see. So, right now, Swaxon still has at least 2 men there. Miko has 2 as well. Uh, 3.8 to go. The KOM fight will begin soon. Basel seems to be relaying in the front. I'm not sure. Now we're passing on the right side.
The road now doesn't have a lot of space to
Yeah,
move.
it's very narrow, and now we go. We went a little bit there for over 10%. It was 11.1, I believe, at some point.
Look to Ghosty move. Ghosty is moving, and it's going to be. Let's see. Miko is following.
Ghosty is trying to take advantage of this narrow road to see if he can make his move stick.
The question is, Bazo shouldn't react. Bazo should focus on Swaxent here, but he's going with the top group.
Oh. If you know Basso, and I do know him well enough as a player, he's definitely the guy that always wants to win every stage, every moment, everything. So let's see.
Of course, but will it be the smartest strategy? I don't know. Let's see. The climb is almost over. I think Piatkowski.
KOM.
It's too late. 14
Yeah,
points.
check it, please.
14 points.
14 points.
Two more from Latour, but Latour already guaranteed, almost, not certainly, but almost guaranteed.
Yeah, unless something. Oh, and Swaxon actually moving for it now.
Yes, Swaxon moves.
Swaxon moving. Ghosty might actually help the chase if he doesn't move away, and he moves away. Miko, Basso, ASG, all behind.
Everyone is attacking. Let's see in the downhill if someone can. And now it's going to be everyone together again. And
Hell is breaking loose, and Basso desperately trying to close Swaxon.
I think Bazo will close this one without.
He's getting closer.
A lot of difficulties. Let's see. Bazo can't let him go. Now it's
Basso forcing the pace.
70
Swaxon
seconds.
forcing the pace.
16 seconds. Bazo needs to bridge, and they are spending each other.
And, obviously, Swaxon will at some point have to forfeit to save his energy. But
this is amazing for one guy that we are not speaking about, but as gaming is there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is as we say in Portugal, gold over blue.
Yes, this is certainly very, very good for ESG. Let's see if he's going to move. I think maybe ESG moves. Let's see. Hirschi arrives in front, by the way.
By the way, Swaxon continues to insist on this and already has 24 seconds.
Yes, but now ASG has the shot to attack. He can do it. He has more domestics than anyone else. Will he? I don't know.
I doubt. I'm not going to say it's impossible, obviously, but I doubt because his main objective in a situation like this has mostly been saving energy.
Intermediate sprint, and Mark Hirschi is on front. What is bad news for Latour? Let's see if...
Let's see if Frabo actually wants to spend energy on it. That's another story. So
I don't think
Miko is going to take it.
Miko is going to take it, but anyways, I think Frabo will win the classification because he will pass third, and that's enough. I think he takes it. So Swaxon gap is reducing, but
continues to insist on his move. He already has. I think it's not Alaphilippe, but Dennis maybe already.
Dennis is waiting. He's got Alaphilippe in front of him. Pulled up. Basso is trying to close it now before this next flat section.
And ASP.
No, Latour steals the classification, the points classification from Mark Hirschi.
Yeah, but Mark Hirschi's probably going to pick up some crucial points at the end of the stage.
Yeah, I was going to say that we still have some points for the top 6, and he probably might get into that. So
yes, and we start the last climb of the day, Colle San
Carlo.
Colle San Carlo with an very interesting lead from Frabo that is probably going to take the stage.
That's 3.5 minutes.
Yes,
right now,
he's not far off the G.
ASG striking.
Good move. This is the move ASG needs to go for the general classification.
I mean, it was a good move. He's killed the Bazo's domestics.
Oh, that's in the last one, please. Also, sorry. It's just false flight almost ending, kind of.
Bazo is already working with his leader. trying to.
Ghosty and ASG desperately trying to make that move stick. 30 seconds. Now it's Basso desperately trying to close as well. And Fravo still has 240 gap. But can he keep them in these final 8 kilometers of climbing?
Bazo will soon be with two riders. Let's see what he can do.
Hershey is alone.
If you're Swagson, you just have to hold out on Basso working here.
Well, he kind of has to because he only has one helper left. So
3 minutes to the yellow jersey. from
he still
Fravo.
has Kwiatkowski. Never mind.
Yeah, Kwiatkowski's coming back to help out.
Yes.
But I think he has to.
Oh,
sit.
but ASG quickly went from I have 3 helpers to I have 1 helper left.
But he killed the red bar of Pierre Lalonde, so he
Yeah,
can't
exactly. So
Pierre Lalonde isn't dead. He just doesn't have red bars, so
No,
he can't actually come around.
he just can't follow because he doesn't have any red.
Yeah, he has probably a fair bit of yellow bar. But
Certainly a controversial move, but let's see if Bazo can retake this difference because Ice Gaming is now alone with Ghosty and Bazo. Let's see if Bazo will be alone soon. And
Right
if
here, what does I think Swexon has to go for some kind of move before this climb is over. He's still
no, I think.
how long is he
Swagson lost
behind?
it.
Sorry, what's the gap?
I
1
think
minute?
it's around a minute. Yeah,
yes,
So, what would you suggest for him, Joe? Then
I think he has to wait. But he has to go. He isn't going to take a minute on this false flag.
yeah, he's running out of time as well. That was exactly what my point.
Bazo is alone.
There's still 3 kilometers.
Everyone is alone.
Bazo captures the breakaway, and let's see if he's doing is going to do a move or
Five
not.
men together. Frabo has 2 minutes, 3 kilometers to go. Let's see.
Bazo is the one working.
Also, is just flying right now, and Swexon and ASG need to keep an eye on that and close in immediately for their sake.
Basso knows he has to be dead at the top, because if he isn't dead at the top, they're not going to work with him, and Frabo is just going to keep extending that gap. But Frabo knows that if they keep pacing behind, he's going to be screwed. So
Yes, but the thing is, Bazo still has a 2 minute, more than 2 minutes advantage over Frabo right now, so he can manage this.
Yeah, for Frabo, it's fine. He just needs to make sure he doesn't
No.
he will not overdo it and get passed by ASG and Swexon.
but the thing is, though, yes, Basso still has 2.5 minutes.
Oh, ASG and Miko were dropped. ASG and Miko were dropped.
Yeah.
Swexon and Ghosty are dropped. Miko is back actually. It's
ESG completely dead.
ASG is dead. He's done, and Basso now 16 seconds, 125 to Frabo. Can he still get this stage? He definitely still has time for it.
Well, I think ESG just dropped all his options of the general classification. Now it's 100% going to be Swagson against Bazo, but I think Bazo has it. I think
This is for real one of the problems that has plagued ASG's gameplay in decisive moments. He keeps those helpers, they die when he most needs them, and then he ends up alone after over-revving.
I think Swagson's only hope here is trying to get a bit of cooperation against Among Us, Basso, and then.
but he's not getting it.
It's not happening. Can we get a 1 MLC? What's going on here?
There is an attack there.
Yes.
ESG.
ASG. Oh, he just rejoined and he thinks the best idea is to attack. That's not good. Yeah, Basso already won. Swagson already recognizing it because 15 kilometers, 1 minute, and a few dusts. That's not gonna happen. We all know that.
Well, if they collaborated enough, maybe, but they won't.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
If they cooperate with Swagson and bring Basso,
Oh, Miko.
Basso will probably be dead.
Miko pacing right now, and they seem to be on cooperation, except for ASG, obviously.
But I think if you're Swagson, you need to be getting into the chat and asking them to work.
Yeah, I think it's too little, too late at this point. But they're still.
I don't think it is. If they work.
No,
well,
if
they,
I think it's too little, too late because I don't think they're going to work as much as they should.
If they had been working from the summit, they probably would have had a lot of bars collectively than Basso. And
44. Yeah, this is the main problem that we see when these tensions rise, is that they end up not cooperating, just like sometimes we see in real cycling, and they end up getting hurt by it. Now goes the attacking ESG as well. Swagson, Godu following, and now Bravo still seems to have this stage in the pocket unless he cracks.
I think he will win. So
But I think Bravo could be going for a silver medal here.
Yeah, let's see. It's not looking bad for the Italian right now. Basso moving as fast as he can with Nagy, but it will be hard to catch the Italian. And behind, he ain't getting more than 40 seconds right now, but it is increasing a bit.
it's an enormous win by Fravo in a very, very interesting move that Ghosty and Miko should have made as well. They didn't. Fravo was the one doing it, and that means probably Fravo is going to get a very good position in.
Oh, Ghosty now desperately trying to. Nagy accelerates. We have Frabo, sorry. Il Grandissimo Frabo is about to cut the finish line. Man, let's move to the front. Mark Hershey, 300 meters, and here he goes for the stage win celebration, or no? No, there we go, celebration.
So, the winner of the overall is Basil.
Here is Basil taking the gold medal for the opening tour, and it's gonna be Swaxon or Miko. Miko or Swaxon, it's gonna be Miko. Miko is gonna take the third place of the stage, Swaxon fourth, Ghosty fifth, and ASG sixth.
And this is going to be the first win for Basil. Basil went from heaven to hell and back to heaven here. It was a terrible second stage from Basil, but he managed in the other three to dominate his rivals, to show his strength, and to once again put himself in the position of favorite to this World Cup along the other.
Great display from Basso, absolutely. We do hope to see some more in the upcoming days in the first official rounds incoming this week of the World Championship. On the other hand, a big problem ended up being ASG was never really able to put guys working, ended up losing them, ended up getting dropped, getting back, like a yo-yo. Swaxon didn't have much to work with because it seems others were interested. Miko and Ghosty seem to be pretty much trying to get the best one another and not much more. Wait, I'm getting a few more indications. Oh, nice. Alright, so we are going to move now for the interviews channel. Let me just look at it. Where is it?
I don't have
I think you have to.
I see it. It's a general channel everyone can join, and we do have priority speaking, so it's great. Interviews behind general. Let me see. Okay. There we go. I'm gonna join now as well, guys. Come. To speak. Love the system, by the way. So we are back. Feet is here with me, Joe as well. If you could give permission to both of them to speak, Swaxon too, exactly. And we'll try and hear in the interviews. The first guy, obviously, we'll try to be hearing is the first that is already here, which is Swaxon, which at some moment was also reporting to us from the race. Emma, there we go. Swaxon, are you here? Hello?
Yeah, I think I am. Yeah.
Alright, Swagger, that was a complicated race, and Basso takes the lead, and let me, just before you start, let me quickly check the VC, because I have it. It's Basso winning with Nagy, Remco Evenepoel from Swaxon is second at 1:31, Romain Bardet, same time as Swaxon in third for ASG, Frabo fourth, so I think Swaxon safely takes the silver. Frabo is fourth at 2:54, Ghosty is fifth at 4:56, Daniel Miko is sixth at 5:3, and in the mud. To all of you, Joe, I hope you guys all enjoyed the stream. Now we will be moving to interviews. Swaxon, are you still here?
Yeah, I'm still here. Perfect.
So, I was saying it was a difficult race, especially on that final stage. What do you think went wrong there? And on the other one, where Basso actually managed to win with the attack.
I think you did too much work on the third stage. That's as simple as that. Not necessarily in the downhill. I think that was easily controlled, but in the other stage, in the earlier part, I think the strategy may or may not have worked. but I think Faber's attack actually kind of stopped it from happening. Because I think I may have been too focused on controlling rather than.
Swagson, we've been talking a lot about these sort of movements during the stream. I think you might have heard some when you were able to pay attention. This is Frabo as we know it. Everyone knows what he's going to do, and most of the time he still manages to do it. How would you explain this?
Well, stage 3 he didn't get away with it. Simple as that.
Yeah, that was one of those occasions.
Stage 4 he timed it correctly, but I think everyone just was like 4 minutes down, sod off.
I'm also seeing if I don't think we're going to have Kosti and Miko here. So, a quick question to you about them. Do you think they were apparently fighting, more worried about fighting between themselves for 5th place than anything else?
I mean, I don't know what's going on there.
Well, Coastal at least attacked quite a bit, trying something. Miko was never really into anything except he put all these chips in the, I think it was KOM.
The KOM basket.
Yeah, he went for the KOM basket.
So, Swags, did you expect the win here?
I just wanted to have fun. Yeah, that's just simply what I did. I just wanted
And,
to just have a...
Yeah, I was going to ask you, did you get that fun?
I mean, to be fair, there were 4 very interesting stages. There weren't 4 really snooze-fest stages at all.
Yeah, I mean, it was quite the entertaining race, and we really hope to see this gameplay continuing throughout the rest of the World Championship.
On stage 2, I was like, oh yeah, I'll just keep pressing attack. I thought, this is opening tour. I think if I was playing normal tour, I would have stopped, but it's opening tour. Like, you know what, sod it, I'm just going to go. I need to...
We love to see when our actual participants of the opening tour are legit having fun. That's one of the most important things. Swags. However, this is over now. I think you confirmed your silver medal in the opening tour, which is obviously a ceremonial prize, but it's still one that many people would like to have.
Yeah, silver or bronze, but yeah, it just gets... Oh yeah, bronze. Rabbit KOM points.
Swagson, you are a noob.
Wait, do we already have classifications and they didn't even show them to me yet? Wow.
He just put it in the fucking radio, for fuck's sake.
Bro, Emea, show me the...
Girl.
I mean, we are trying to work here and he shows it probably in an open channel. Okay, so final classification, ladies and gentlemen. Emea will put it in the stream as soon as he can. Basso wins gold, 230 points. Frappo 160 points second with, let me see, 35 points from winning the points classification and 20 for being second in the KOM. Swagson stood 8 points behind only with 152. He gets 10 points from the KOM. Third place, yeah, and none from the points. ASG is fourth, 110 points. Daniel Miko is fifth, 109 points. And Ghost is in the mud in sixth with 52 points. Swags, I was going to ask you, it's been fun and all of that, but tomorrow hostilities will officially be open. What are your goals for this World Championship?
Retain.
So I would say inline is the main priority for you?
Inline, well, just winning road, I would say.
In road as well, obviously.
The big 3 will get precedent. They will. TTs can sod off.
All right. Yes, I think a lot of people would agree with you, except some of the famous time trial players will disagree, but to everyone their own thing. Swax, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the reports during the race. It was really, really good to have you here, and best of luck.
Thank you.
Basso, you're the winner tonight.
Yo! What's up?
Man,
can you hear me better than the last time?
Yeah, I'm actually listening to you very well. Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, I got you. Basso, that was quite the entertaining race. Do you expect to see this level going through the rest of the World Championships?
I mean, I'm hoping not this level, but for the same result, I would hope so, yeah.
I'm sure, but in terms of entertainment, we actually, I know, Basso, why are you pinging me, bro?
yeah, alright. It was before I got called to speak. So
but talk to us. When I mean we hope to continue to see this, it's like the excitement that we're for very attacked and fought for stages, change of leaders all the time, and the only one that managed to retain a leadership for one more stage other than the original one was you with 3 and 4. How was that?
I mean, I really just it was incredible. It was exciting. It had its great moments, its bad moments, and in the end, it all turned out well for me. And I
Did
mean,
it have
I,
did it
I
have
love
its
the
Mickey Mouse
opening.
moments?
I mean, of course it did, especially stage two. I mean, I shouldn't have
It's not
directly
Mickey
followed
Mouse.
every single thing. That was dumb. But other than that, I mean, I don't want to be the egoist here, but I think I've played pretty well the three stages.
And expectations for
What
what's
about the
coming
other
in.
one?
uh, also, expectations for what's coming in the World Championship. What are your goals?
Gold.
In everything?
I
You
mean,
can, I
I
assume?
mean, I'm not saying I will win it, but it is my goal, absolutely.
All right.
In all three classics, inline and tour.
And you are also aiming for the overall road, I assume?
Yep, if possible, also the overall, but that's not my main goal. The goal is to win a gold, both
All
in
right.
team and so on. So,
Basil, a question. You were really angry at the end of the second stage because it appeared to us that you messed up and people didn't help you to recover the distance to Swaxen. So how did you manage to get back into the cold area and think and react well to win the third stage and to recover the overall?
to be honest, I almost had a meltdown after stage two. I wanted to rage
Yeah,
quit, but
we
It was
noticed
quite clear. It was
stuff
quite
like
clear.
you attacking with your leader when you still had a helper. We saw a
I
few
mean,
signs.
yeah, I was this close to blowing up. I mean, I know my rage towards the two Miko and Ghosty wasn't justified, but I think it was understandable for the
Uh,
watchers why I was angry, even if the reasons for my anger weren't correct. I mean,
an important question for you, because this was brought up a couple of times for us, because it was a key moment of stage 2, is the moment where you call your helper behind and you zero him and maintain, and you actually miss the target. It's not something that happens a lot to you, is it?
I mean, I'm like the most clumsy player. I mean, you ever see in PCM. I can
But
like fall asleep and leave riders on dot 10 and maintain zero and this kind of stuff, which costs me a lot of energy. But also I make up for it with my good understanding of the game. I think so.
but you
It's
did realize at that point that you were in trouble, right?
yeah. I mean, if we ignore that stage, it was an amazing tour.
We're not going to ignore it.
But we are not gonna ignore the. I should definitely learn from it, and
I can
I
assure
probably
you,
should have
Bosco,
kept.
that the memes are already being made, not just for you, but for all of us.
I mean, I definitely should have stayed in the break with the 78 mountain to keep him after the Murdepeguer, I think Murdepeguer. I'm not sure what the pronunciation is. Whatever.
I don't think anyone cares right now.
The steep climb, the 12% one. Maybe then
Yeah.
I would have been able to limit the losses more, but I would also be a bit more under the pressure in stage 3 if I retained my yellow jersey. So in the end, I think it was for the best that I lost it in stage 2.
All right,
Like,
Bosco, think. Yeah? Did you say something?
yeah,
Sorry,
no.
I
I
heard.
was just that it
Go
was
ahead.
in the end it was there to
No, no,
to
yeah, that
attack.
I heard. All right, Bosco, thank you so much for being here. Best of luck for what's to come in the World Championships. And we hope to have you again here and be talking to you about a win. Before we hear from Frabo, and we will have now the podium ceremony of this opening tour. We will be hearing the Slovakian anthem because Basso is our winner. Congratulations to him. Frabo wins the silver medal. Congratulations to him as well. And Claxon is in the mud, but still managed to take a bronze. So congratulations to you as well, buddy. Okay, here we have it. The Slovakian national anthem.
May I sing in the chat?
No comparison.
All right, that was the Slovakian national anthem, and many congratulations again to you, boss. So you are today's winner. Swagson, you are the weakest link. Goodbye. I'm kidding. Bravo. Bravo. Good evening, man.
Yeah.
That was one of the most entertaining races we've seen in recent times, and you
I
were,
think
as
it's the
always.
most clown race I ever made.
You think so?
Yeah, I did the clown all the time.
But
Attacking
you
when
still,
I literally knew that I would have lost 10 minutes, but I didn't care.
can
Especially
you
in stage 3.
confirm to us what we already know, that you've been specializing in these attacks for the whole season, specifically for these World Championships?
I don't care. By the way, I have an announcement for all the viewers. After
Please.
3 years, I will come back doing the streams.
Wait, what streams?
Grande frappo.
Oh, the group
And
streams.
I don't know if I have to do in Italian or in English.
You probably
Whatever
will
you
be better
want.
in English, but whatever you want, because English obviously is better for everyone to understand. But if you want to do it in Italian, you can also do it.
I will say only one word in Italian, maybe 2.
Yes.
Porco Dio. This one is international. What do you think,
All
Joe?
right. I think everyone likes
Porco
Joe.
Dio. Porco
Yeah.
Dio.
Okay. Bravo. That was, as I was saying, quite the entertaining race. So you legit didn't care. You just wanted to put all the chips on the table, go for everything, win or get screwed, pretty much.
I think in stage 3 I did an idiot attack completely without any reason. But I was sure that I would have been caught and lost at least 2 minutes, but I don't care.
Well, can we expect, because the last time you were in World Championship finals, 3 of them you won no gold. Some time has passed, 2 years, I think. Can we expect you to aim for gold this year if you reach a final?
I think I will choke. I'm sure.
That's the main goal for you, to get at least a gold medal.
No, my goal is having more spectators than IMA channel. This is my goal. My goal.
Okay.
And I will do my best.
I'll be there, hoping to give you a view.
is also to bring our team to the win.
Yeah. Yeah, I will have also Spanish spectators. Okay, because I will stream also this. Perfect.
Okay. In this regard, I wish you all the worst of luck, because PCM UK is here in majority, and we want to win everything, but we probably won't. Right, Joe?
Yeah, I think probably is an understatement.
What is the point of wishing us bad luck? I mean,
No, I'm just joking, man.
you should wish bad luck to the teams that are in your level. So Bike Forever and so on, man.
Supreme 408 podcast as well?
No. Only South America, because they are not going to play. So
And
maybe
they're
you
not
can
playing,
beat
that
them.
is already confirmed, but I think you should not underestimate UK as much as you are. I mean, sure, we're not going to be fighting for overall first place of classification, but we might actually try to get some gold if we can in Tour, Inline, or Classics. We will at least try, for sure.
Of course, maybe if you don't play and you let the show and the Saxon do the work,
No,
then
actually, I'm going to be the main leader for the most part, so that's a warning for you, my friend.
And
Okay.
that is something that's been confirmed, by the way. Okay.
That is the master plan, actually. That's why it was kept as the final announced man on the team. No one saw it coming.
The most important.
All right, Fravo. So back to you. You want to win gold? Do you think you have it on you?
I think now people will study my my gameplay.
I can confirm you this, and I like you. You're a good guy. I would never study your gameplay or anyone's just because I'm lazy.
Is
Uh,
the answer.
Maybe Basso has done it a lot of time ago. I'm sure.
We will see. Fravo likes to or wants to be remembered for the history books. I hope he succeeds. Fravo, thank you so much for being here. I hope we will be talking again soon, probably in round one of classics. So best of luck for what's coming of your World Championship.
Okay.
And to PCM's play. So this was the opening tour. Keep in mind that tomorrow, I believe, give or take around the same time, probably at 8 BST, 21 CT, we will be coming for day one of the official competition in itself. Classics start tomorrow and we'll go into Monday. So round one for each of the road competitions will be 2 days for the main ones. So keep in mind with that. Classics tomorrow, that is Sunday, and Classics round one, day two on Monday. On Monday, I myself will be competing. We'll definitely find someone to fill in my shoes at the booth. I hope Fiti is there as well.
I won't.
And
I need to work.
that's that. That's that. All right. I didn't say tomorrow. I said Monday.
Monday, maybe. I'm not sure.
Okay, that would be good. Because tomorrow I'll be here. So if you can't come, well, unfortunate, I will still be able to call the action. But Monday I will be pretty much in a Swaxon role, joining from the lobby on the casual and rare occasions to share my point of view of a lobby with Miru, Gacho, and a couple of others.
Enjoy.
Good luck with that.
Yeah. Not only are they probably gonna be fighting, they probably will also be fighting for real.
Yes.
So there's that. But as I was saying, tomorrow we will be back around 21 CET for Classics Round 1 Day 1, Classics Round 1 Day 2 on Monday. So join us tomorrow for the first official day of competition in the World Championships. And we really hope you all enjoyed today's opening ceremony and its opening tour. I want to thank Fiti, Joe, Slax, and Grossi, and Emea for, as always, having done the superb work here in joining me and helping me out. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank
No
you.
problem.
So,
It was really enjoyable at all levels, and I think we are going to have an interesting World Cup if people really want to do more than just win medals and to just suck wheels and so on. And well, I am certainly hyped to see more from all these six guys and all the others in the next few days.
all right. Thank you, Guy, so much for being here. As I said in the beginning, one of the guys of our commentators A team. Also, to mention that you already won 2 sprints in official competition today. Is that correct? 5-0 in each.
Sorry, I didn't hear the question.
Oh, I was saying, is it also correct, because I believe this is accurate, that you also already won 5-0 two sprints for the official sprint discipline this afternoon, right?
Right. I beat
All right.
Snake and Honorius, yes.
Congratulations on that, man. I hope that you have the best of luck and maybe another world championship coming your way this year. Is that the goal?
Don't think so. I didn't have any training. It's actually the first sprint I played since September. I felt myself quite not so secure about how to play well and so on. So I don't think so, but we will see. I will try
All right.
to.
Thank you
first
so much
pass
for being
the-
here, man. And best of luck.
Okay, thank you.
Joe, actually, Swaxon, before Joe Swaxon, famous last words on the events that transpired today. Did you have fun? You said so, so that was a big plus. What else did you think?
I mean, this was just. I mean, compared to the other opening tours about 3 years ago, which was we just lose 30 seconds here and there. Nah, just completely blow it apart. Why don't we? Sod it.
By the way, I need to ask the question because no one noticed, but I'm sure rewatching the stream they will. Has everyone noticed that the 78 Mountain Riders certain stat has not been updated yet, but will be for tomorrow? Any of you, I mean.
Oh, I knew it was. It was. There's a plan to do it.
Yeah,
No,
it is. There wasn't a big rush to do it this evening because obviously tomorrow the competition starts, but we will be updating it. So for those that watch 78 Rider, keep yourselves paying some bit more attention for tomorrow. A quick but maybe important update will come for him.
It might be.
Correct.
It might be Sebastian, but that's about it. It won't be useful elsewhere.
Yeah. Swags, thank you so much for being here, man, and also best of luck, as I said, to the rest of your World Championships. So, what an evening, right?
It was. It was very entertaining. It's a great opening to the World Championships, I must say.
How about your personal goals? I haven't asked you yours today. How many gold medals are you aiming for?
It's something that I take round by round, I guess. I mean, it'd be nice to win medals again, but
This is why we call him Joe Politely, always
yeah,
with the
I'm not
correct.
really fussed either way. I mean,
Yeah, you already reached the top
not
of the
rage,
mountain more than once,
not
so
drink too much. Yeah, I suppose.
all right. Joe, thank you so much for being here. It was,
No worries.
as always, a very great help. So thank you and best of luck.
Thank you.
All right, guys, we're going to be closing in a few seconds. Again, a quick reminder that the PCM World Cup 2023 is presented to us by Nakon and Cyanide, makers of the Pro Cycling Manager and the Tour de France game series, of which both the 2023 versions of each game will be coming out, give or take, in around 2 months, June, in time for the Tour de France. Thank you to EMEA, and we will be calling it a day for now. Have a good night.
Ciao.